giant. Andre was big, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small, no, no, no. Andre could drink, and he could fight. Drink, 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 fight, fight, fight. Andre was big, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small, no, no, no. Andre could drink, and he could fight. Drink, 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 fight, fight, fight. Andre the Giant. Andre was big, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small, no, no, no. Andre was great, he was not bad. A great big heart and a great big man. Andre was big, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small, no, no, no. Andre could, and he could fight. Drink, drink, and fight, fight, fight. Andre the Giant.
From Grenoble, France.
All right, we have returned. Welcome to In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I am the internet icon, handsome Jackie Jones, along with my right-hand man,
the all-knowing 1-inch biceps.
Oh, man. Good times there. If you're listening off the site, inyourheadonline.com, IYHWrestling.com, and you're clicking on the new chat link, and you said, I can't get into the chat room. Well, you can't get in if you are currently if you don't have an account on the new board, which is probably going to be a problem because everyone will have to sign up to the board. But I also put a link to the old chat room, so if you look on there, it says In Your Head Guest Login Chat Room. Click on that, and you can get in with it with any old name. You don't have to be a member of the message board. There's no reason not to. Just join the message board.
That's right. It's a great message board. I've been enjoying myself posting there, talking it up with the fans. They've noticed quite a few things going down in wrestling.
Mm-hmm. It's always good. You join the message board and you talk to Andrew, you talk to me, and you talk to all the In Your Head fans. Then you catch up on the news, and you can go right there and just immediately post your thoughts on it. It's good times.
Jack, it's like magic.
Mm-hmm. Plus, on the new board, on their old one, like they say, oh, you can't show these titties. Yeah, you're gonna be banned. You're gonna get kicked out. You're gonna get kicked off the whole internet. And I said, well, what? And so we opened a whole new board, and obviously it's probably gonna happen all night. I already got people PMing me here on Skype that they can't get into the chat room. Oh God.
So I'm not understanding. We're using the old chat room right now, right?
I'm not. No, I'm using the new one.
Oh, there's somebody logged in as Jack.
Yeah, but it's I'm not red. I have no admin powers.
Yeah. Okay. So I need to go to the new chat room on the new board.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Oh well, I'll have to do that.
You don't have to.
Well, maybe during the commercial break.
Just shut it all down. Nobody knows what the hell how to get anything.
Well, it might start making noise whenever I go to it on this computer. So.
All right.
But don't shut it all down. We're just ironing out the kinks. Anyhow, Jack, it was a big, wacky world of wrestling this week.
Right.
A lot of hijinks went down. We had ourselves a new champion crowned in Rey Mysterio, and then he lost it. Instantly. Well, not instantly, but it was at the end of the show. Now,
I've seen people since this Punk thing started, like, bad-mouthing it, and it really just makes me mad. I think, like, if you don't think this angle is good, like, really, just stop. Why are you even watching wrestling at this point? Because, I mean, I think it's the best thing for a long time. But I gotta be honest, last week I thought it was a little step down after the pay-per-view. And this week, even though I think going forward it's going to be good, I did have a lot of problems with the show this week.
I understand that. They started the show out, Rey Mysterio versus The Miz, who will win the new championship, and that ended up being Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, I no problem with any of the matches on the show. I thought all the matches were really good. I think Rey Mysterio, I know some people on our board think he's not good, but I just don't see what they're watching. I think even though sometimes I get tired of him because you see him so much, I really think he's one of the best guys in the ring, and he's always good. He always has good matches. Has some of the best performances in the WWE.
You definitely can't complain about his match quality. Now, I mean, as far as his character, it's a little one-sided. He comes out, he talks to the kids. That's about it. But in the ring, he delivers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's not a great promo guy. Never been. I don't think he ever will be. But match-wise, in the ring, I think people say, oh, he's not as good as WCW. I mean, he did more high-flying stuff in WCW, obviously. But he's an older guy.
Yeah.
You can't keep doing that stuff. I mean, he's already got no knees.
I hear he has a lot of trouble with his knees.
He's way better than Sin Cara.
Well, he's gone.
Good. Hit the bricks.
Hit the bricks, Junior.
I would not mind if I never saw that guy again.
Sin Cara, you don't want to give him a second chance at all?
I've given him second, third, fourth. I mean, how many chances can the guy get?
I don't think you gave him a second, third, or fourth. I mean, come on.
Of course I did. The first match, I was like,
Oh, you're basing it on just his matches. I was talking about runs.
The whole thing. Well, I don't see anything to the guy.
You're like, all right, second chance, Sin Cara, your next match.
Well, first match, it was like he comes in and he botched his entrance into the ring. Whatever, he's kind of cool, dude. Then his first match, totally botched the finish with Primo. And didn't do anything very impressive at all, and the finish was just so bad. And then every match he had, he just kept botching the finish. His first pay-per-view match with what's his name, Chavo. The finish was so botched, the crowd just erupted in boos. It's just the guy's just not that good. Even the stuff he does, I don't think it's anything that I've never seen before. It's pretty much just the same stuff I saw any luchador do back in WCW.
Yeah, but whenever I look at a fella's career, I always kind of base it on what he does in one shot, not just per match. I kind of look at it as well, how's the company pushing him, and
they could push anybody they want for the push that this guy gets.
Yeah,
if they would push Evan Bourne as much as they push this guy, I think it'd be way more over. The guy's more over now, and he doesn't get any push. Sin Cara has been pushed through the roof, and he just doesn't deliver. He ain't delivering. And plus he's all roided up, and he's over in Mexico bad-mouthing the company. Kick the guy out. Get rid of him.
Yeah. He wasn't happy that they revealed his real name in the on the WWE website.
Well, there probably was really no reason to do that. You didn't need to do that.
Yeah, it's wrestling after all. People wear masks.
But I think they're just trying to push him, hoping he does quit. Because they're probably paying him big bucks.
Oh, so they want him to quit.
Yeah, maybe they'll start, having a transvestite blow him on TV or something.
Kind of like what happened with Michael Cole in this week's Raw.
Well, I don't think they really want Michael Cole to quit. But, I mean, that was
storyline.
Yeah. Now, that was something I was really happy to see. JR comes back. I mean, I think any wrestling fan wants to see JR on the show.
It was kind of neat how they did it, too, because Triple H came out. He was going to give, the state of the company kind of promo deal. And then he said he brought somebody back. And, of course, everybody's thinking it's CM Punk. And then he was like, here he comes, and it ends up being JR. I don't think anybody expected that. Now, Triple H taking over for WWE, the WWE chairman of the board or whatnot. Do you think, that was solely his decision? Do you think he was the one who lobbied for that? Because if he's really in charge now, Vince hasn't been happy with JR's appearance. He says he sounds too Southern, and he's not like a young-looking dude. Yeah. Do you think it was Triple H solely that brought JR back?
I think whoever's in charge of let's just say Triple H is. I don't know if he is or not. It definitely is a new direction for the company lately. And I think whoever's doing it is really listening to the hardcore fans, or pushing guys that the hardcore fans like. And I mean, it's not only just hardcore fans though, because you see Punk out there and the crowd goes nuts. The crowd loves seeing this guy. And JR, the whole crowd loves seeing him. It ain't just, the marks on the internet. But, so I think they're listening to their audience and trying to give people the people that they want to see. Yeah. And that's what you should be doing.
Oh,
definitely. That's really common sense.
Pretty much, yeah. If your fans want to see somebody, they're pretty much the ones signing the checks, because they're the ones putting money into the company. You need to listen to what they want. And I think it's great that they're listening to him, because I was happy to hear JR back, because it's been so long that we've just had Cole on there. And Michael Cole, he's all right at times, but they're doing this really wacky character with him where he's just like this heel at times, and then he calls Bryan Danielson a nerd and stuff. But
his heel character, I think, is good, but I think at times it also takes away from what you're watching.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's ever been a very good commentator.
Yeah, he just has trouble to build that emotion in people whenever, you're getting excited and stuff. JR, you can tell, he's probably sincere whenever he starts, really getting into it, and he draws you into it as well.
Yeah.
And Michael Cole just never had that ability. I mean, as far as just calling a match and going through the paces, he's fine, I think. But he's just not in the same league as JR.
No,
and I think that's why the fans are, love JR so much.
Of course, and while the guy's still kicking, use him.
Definitely. He's not all done yet. So they brought JR back. Jerry Lawler seemed happy. And then Michael Cole stands up. And this was pretty funny, though. I mean, he gets up on the freaking table and starts, denouncing, having to work with Jim Ross. And the man standing right there. It's like, how despicable can you be? and then Triple H, he says, I was hoping that you would just quit or something because, we had a contract on you and your severance pay is just outrageous. So, if you quit, you basically say that, you're in breach of contract and you're not going to get any future earnings. But then he put him in a match later on.
Yeah. But I like Triple H I like having a new head of the company. I don't know if anyone will ever be as good as Vince McMahon in his prime, but you can't just keep doing the same thing, forever.
Yeah.
You have to change things up.
As far as, his first appearance, Triple H's first appearance as, the CEO, I thought it went pretty well. Seemed like it, came off pretty smooth and everything.
I know. I think he's doing a good job. I also think that you keep him out there as a suit, as a guy in charge, and then eventually you do an angle where he rips off the shirt or someone beats him up and he comes out, and I think the place is going to erupt.
Well,
because they'll want to see him in the ring eventually.
I think fans would want to see him in the ring, but I don't know if I necessarily like that.
I think they'll do it eventually. They have to.
I think they will eventually, but it's just going to be strange, like the ass-kicking CEO,
I don't think so. I like it because it's wrestling.
Yeah, but I mean, Vince, he always would get in the ring, and he was just like a bumbling fool in there.
Yeah, but he wasn't a former professional wrestler. Wasn't a former world champion.
That's true. I just don't know if I like it that the CEO can get the upper hand on some.
I like it. I'm sick of the TNAs, all these guys. All these people that run the company that don't do shit. This is somebody that can actually get in there and beat somebody up.
Yeah. It's kind of like Greg Gagne, Like he used to get in the ring and just beat people's asses. Did you like that?
Yeah, he's like 180 pounds.
Who, Greg Gagne? He didn't look that physically threatening? No. He did just kind of look like an ice cream vendor or something. And then he'd get in the ring and just destroy people.
He's actually a good wrestler.
Yeah, he did everything technically sound, but he just looked like somebody's uncle or something.
Yeah, he wasn't back in that time, back in the 80s, I don't think you needed to look like, Hulk Hogan. Well, I guess he did, but, things caught on. You needed really the physique, and he just didn't have it.
Well, that's kind of my point, though. You're saying he looked like a CEO, Triple H is out there with
this is a different guy. This is a totally different person.
Triple H is out there with the ponytail.
Knows who he is.
The ponytail, Jack. He doesn't look like a CEO.
Character. He's not a new character that just popped up that you've never seen before, and now he's playing the CEO. He's someone that has history behind him. You know who he is. You know he's Triple H. You know everything he's done. You know he's done DX. You know he's been world champion a bunch of times. So to just totally change him and just make him this total corporate guy with a haircut, that would be kind of stupid. That would take away everything. That would be like if Austin was suddenly the CEO and he grew like hair.
Austin can't grow hair.
You could grow like a Hulk Hogan do, or like Arn Anderson.
Well, I'm not for that for Austin, but I don't know.
Well, it's the same thing. It's a known character in the company. People know who he is. They know his history. It's not like he hasn't been on TV in 20 years. And you can't take away everything people know about him. And it's professional wrestling. Why not have the CEO of the thing, the leader of the company, a former wrestler, and don't just hide the fact he's a former wrestler. He is a wrestler. So he's still going to keep what he has about him. Wrestling is its own thing.
Well, maybe I just want Vince still. Maybe I'm already missing Vince.
He's old. That guy just looks so weird now, Vince. I've seen ever since. Now, Vince was great. There's no denying it. It's fun to see him come out there once in a while. But every time he gets involved in a storyline, it's like they're trying to relive Austin McMahon. And you just can't keep going back to the same thing. You got somebody new now. Personally, I don't really like the focus being on non-wrestlers. It should be on the wrestlers. Yeah. But now you got a whole new guy that's leading the company, somebody that the people know who he is, and he's got a history behind him. So I like it. It's a new direction for the company. It's a new person. It's something new. You still have someone out there that the fans see as a big star, and he's got something to do. I like it. I think you keep his wrestling stuff with him. You can't. I don't think you could take away his hair and what is he going to just stop working out and get real skinny?
No.
You got to keep the ponytail. Keep the ponytail and the facial hair.
It just doesn't seem realistic to me. I used to work at a bank, Jack. Now let me speak. Let me speak. Let me speak. Shut up. Let me speak.
All right. It's in a bank.
Listen, I used to work at a bank. I'd walk in, and it's the CEO. It's the man, Yeah, he has a look.
It wasn't Triple H, and professional wrestling isn't a bank. You don't want to make it. That's what ruins wrestling when they try to make it real corporate, make everyone wear slacks and dress shirts, and take away what you like about wrestling. Wrestling is about guys kicking other guys' asses.
But it's different when you're a CEO, Jack.
But I don't want to see a CEO out there that has no connection to wrestling. That doesn't interest me whatsoever. Triple H out there acting as the CEO, and he's still his ass-kicking guy. That's wrestling.
You want Jerry Garcia out there as a CEO.
Sure. Well, he's not a wrestler. He's dead. But but Vince McMahon, he'd come out there, he'd walk in like John Wayne.
Uh-huh.
Did you think, when you were at the bank, the guys walk around like that, and they say, "Hey, Johnny, it's time to join the club, or you're fired!"
Well, yeah.
I asked you to do tricks.
They didn't exactly say their ass could do tricks, but, yeah, they rode some motorcycles, and they acted like they're, big shit and all, but...
It's wrestling. You gotta keep them.
Uh-huh.
Keep them. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, cut the ponytail off.
No. Professional wrestlers should have long hair. They should look like they gotta have a certain look to them. You can't take away everything that is Triple H. You should still spit the water. Do it all. Tell people to suck it.
I'm with the little girl who told Abraham Lincoln that he needed whiskers to be more distinguished.
He's got
Triple
whiskers.
He doesn't need the whiskers, and he doesn't need the hair to look distinguished.
So you should come out there with a stove top hat.
That's exactly what I'm saying. It's about time you got on the same page with me.
I'd be for that, actually. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I gotta say, this tournament, I thought it was a good idea at first, but now after seeing this, total waste of time. Totally pointless. Shouldn't even did it.
Man,
if they were going to do the tournament, they should have just put Cena in it and had him win.
Yeah, because they put Rey Mysterio in the first match. He wins the belt, and they're hyping it up. First time ever he's won the WWE Championship.
Yeah, but that's stupid. I mean, do people really know the difference between the belts? I watch it every week. I barely do.
So basically they're saying, like, he didn't win the old WCW title. He won the WWE Championship.
Well, no, I mean,
the spinning one.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess. But there's two champions in the company all the time. How do you know which is which? And they switch shows? I don't know.
Yes.
Can you tell me can you go through history and tell me, like, who was the difference between the world champion and the WWE champion?
I'm not arguing you on this point. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to explain it to people.
Yeah, and then now with Punk coming back, now they really got 3 titles. If they just had one world title, it would be a lot better. They got too many belts. Well, they should just have one title. But I don't know, this whole tournament, plus the way it was set up, and you got Rey Mysterio, who's like the uber babyface, super babyface, okay? And he's the ultimate underdog, as they always talk about. So he's going to be an underdog facing John Cena no matter what, because of his size. But he's already in a match at the beginning of the show, and he went through a whole tournament last week. So he had all his matches last week, went the tournament this week, and then he has to face Cena again. So you're like piling up all this underdog stuff. Plus, if Cena was a heel, it'd be one thing, but he's also a face. And he's a face that gets booed. So he's a face that gets booed, going up against another face who's half his size, who just wrestled. I don't think that's smart storyline there. I don't think it's smart booking.
Basically, they were looking for an excuse just to get the belt back on John Cena. And then they brought CM Punk out instantly after John Cena got the belt back on him. So it's like, I don't know. That felt a little forced to me.
I felt this whole show was like this was where they were going to go to eventually, but it seemed like they took like a month or a month or two of like stories and compacted into one show.
Yeah.
Because I think they realized the fans want to see Punk on the show, which is all good and all, but so like, well, how do we get Punk back on the show and the title back on Cena to make them face each other, which they probably had planned out over time, which I would assume anyway. Like, but we don't want to wait and have people start dropping off the show who got into the Punk stuff, so we got to find a way to do it all right here.
Yeah.
And so we have to finish this tournament that we started last week. So we finish that, then immediately take the belt off him and put it on Cena, and then immediately bring back Punk. And it was just too much, I think, all one time. Mm-hmm.
I definitely think they should have let it build. CM Punk's the champion. He's going and doing his thing. He's still getting those CM Punk chants, and they could keep that alive. They know how to kind of drop hints here or there. Keep people interested in it.
Yeah, show footage of him at different things on the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just watched the NWO, which kind of I saw a lot of the mistakes on this show that they didn't do for the NWO. When I watched the NWO Legends of Wrestling on WWE 24/7 Classics, and like they said, the NWO guys didn't walk down the ramp. Originally, just came through the crowd like it was real. CM Punk just walks right out onto the stage. He also had... Yes, he knew he was backstage.
Mm-hmm. He was backstage. Not anybody just get out,
Yeah, in his wrestling gear. Mm-hmm. He had the nameplate on his belt, which I thought was kind of... That didn't really make a lot of sense. How do you get a nameplate on the belt when he ran away with the belt at the paper?
Unless he had an engraver do it himself, but still, nobody's going to come to that conclusion.
Yeah. It just just so rushed, everything about it, and I don't know. It's too bad. I think from here on out, I hope it's good stuff, because I really do think the Punk and Cena stuff's good. But this show by itself, it just seems so rushed. He's got new music.
Yeah, he's got the cult of personality. I kind of knew whenever they hit that music, because they used to use it in say ROH. But, yeah, I don't know. I guess I agree with you on this one, because it was just kind of forced. It's just kind of, like you said, they could have had this a whole month of television.
Yeah.
And it would have kept the angle pretty hot, I think, and it's just all blown in 1 second. I guess they're nervous and they just jumped the gun on it.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying I did. I don't want anybody to think I am saying I hate Punk or hate, but because I think it's probably one of the best things in years, in a long time, especially up to the pay-per-view. I just think instead of playing it out like I think they were going to, they just really rushed it all into this one show and kind of condensed like a month worth of a storyline into one show.
But basically all that happened, he faced John Cena in the ring. John Cena held up his belt, and CM Punk held up his to a bigger ovation. And, the Raw went off the air. But if you're not a message board person, you're not on the In Your Head message board over at IYHWrestling.com.
Right. No .net.com.
You might have not known that afterwards CM Punk did a little bit of a promo. He got on the mic and he said, "I'm back." And then he started looking throughout the crowd and he said, "We need some more CM Punk gear." So he immediately started stealing his new shirt. So and he's making people feel bad about wearing his old shirt. Like, look at that old shirt. You need a new one, pal. But that's basically what happened off the air. Somebody posted that on our message board.
I know it's all the wrestling, and we know what it is and stuff. But even that kind of stuff, like in the NWO, like they were on TV, like they bought TV time, selling you buy shirts and stuff. And he's just out there with the CM Punk shirt. It's on WWE. Shop Zone. And
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they did a lot of stuff that really made you think, I wonder if this is real or not. But then a lot of stuff on this show, I thought they kind of made you just, this is all part of the show.
Mm-hmm. He was also on Jimmy Kimmel Live, I believe. He was confronting an 8-year-old who was a big John Cena fan. He went to his house, just barged right in. This was like kind of a off on location kind of set, a shot kind of deal. So the kid's just playing with his wrestling figures and all that. Did you see that, Jack?
Yeah, I saw it on the board. Someone posted it, I believe.
Did you not watch it?
No.
Oh, it was kind of funny.
Yeah, I heard the kid was like ripping him apart or something.
Not exactly ripping him apart, but he told the little kid that John Cena was poopy, and then the little kid looked up at him and he said, "If he's poopy, why aren't you bigger?" So, kind of commenting on his size.
Yeah, I guess he was at the Cubs game, and the announcer said he didn't look like he was big enough to be a wrestler.
Man.
We always say, like, it shouldn't matter the size, and I don't think it really does, but to a lot of people it does.
Yeah, it's different nowadays, though. It just ain't the same like it used to be. They had help back in the days to make them bigger.
Now, do you think someone should just start like spiking his drinks?
Nah.
Put some human growth hormone or something in?
Everything has to evolve. Let's let wrestling evolve.
Totally. All right. But this was a question XT brought up on the board.
All right, let's hear it.
He's saying he's saying he doesn't say this is a bad, and everyone gives XT a lot of flack on the board. But then he's saying that he's not saying that the CM Punk stuff is bad. He's enjoying it, but he's saying how do you continue it? Now, does he shoot? Does he shoot on everybody he wrestles with, going past the Cena feud? Can you do that? Or does he need to do that? I don't think he needs to. I think actually, ever since he debuted, I think he's been really over. And if you give the guy the big push and give him the mic and let him do his thing, I think he doesn't need to do these crazy shoots to talk about Ring of Honor and Colt Cabana. I think he could just go out there and he can put on great promos, whatever he's doing. So I don't think he needs to.
No. Definitely not, but I don't know. It was really entertaining. I guess they could try to kind of work stuff into wrestling where they're always kind of playing off of things that are, reality-based.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it definitely makes things a lot more compelling.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do that all the time, though, it's going to just start, just feeling like the same old, same old.
Mm-hmm. You could go in there with Ray and just talk about him always failing like steroid tests.
I don't think they're going to bring that up.
Really?
No.
Oh.
Allegedly.
Yeah, and using his dead body to get over. There's a lot of stuff he could do.
I don't think they're there either.
No.
Man, you really touching upon the taboo subjects. What are you going to do next? Macho Man banging Stephanie?
Yeah, I doubt he's going to have a feud with Macho Man, though.
No, Macho Man ain't around, but,
Yeah.
I mean, he could bring up the rumor.
We could do that with Triple H.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, seeing Stephanie was Macho Man's before she was yours. Ooh, yeah.
or anybody else.
All right. Well, I hope so. Yeah, I would assume so.
If you catch my drift.
Right. No, I do believe that rumor. I mean, it's been out there. People said that. I've seen the shoots, and pretty much most of the guys say they don't really believe it.
Yeah.
Most of the old.
It's strange that nobody knows why Vince McMahon was angry with Macho Man, and I guess that was it was a good rumor, but I don't know. I don't think it was real.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that if that was true, if she was she was 18 or something, and he'd just be mad. But if she was a young girl, I don't know, she was a really young girl. And first of all, I don't think Macho Man's that kind of dude. I mean, I don't know the guy. But if he was, I don't think he would even put out a DVD of his matches.
No.
I mean, you would basically give him the Benoit treatment, I would think.
Yeah, probably. He never existed, Macho Man.
Yeah, otherwise, I mean, if you would go try to make money off this guy's, legacy off his matches, and you knew that he, molested your daughter, I mean, you're a pretty sick dude then. So I don't really think it's true.
I don't think it is. I think it's just a rumor.
Yeah. But I think he did something to him, and I think it's worse. I know some people out there say, oh, well, he punched him in a bar. And I was like, I don't really buy that. I think Macho Man had to do something pretty bad to him for him not to ever bring him back.
Yeah, there would have something had to go down.
It had to be something personal.
Mm-hmm.
Because they brought back Warrior and Hogan and Nash and Hall. They brought back all these people, but not Macho Man. So there had to be something there.
Guess we'll never know unless Vince starts talking. And I don't see that happening.
I gotta put this up there. I like Lanny Poffo. I've always liked Lanny Poffo. I liked him on the show. I liked him back on the show. But he recently, a little while ago, he said that Macho Man said that if they were ever going to put him in the Hall of Fame, it had to be all three. It had to be Macho Man, Lanny, and their dad. And I don't know, when I read that, it just kind of felt like Lanny was just trying to use his brother to get himself in the Hall of Fame. I could kind of see the dad, maybe, but, I mean, I like Lanny. Does Lanny really need to be in the WWE Hall of Fame? Should you even say something like that? Like my brother said, if the only way he'd go in the Hall of Fame is if you inducted me. I don't know. That doesn't seem on the up and up to me.
It does seem like he's trying to strong arm him a little bit, but does Lanny even belong in the WWE Hall of Fame? I mean, this is the same Hall of Fame that has Pete Rose and
and
Drew Carey.
By the people that are in it, I mean, pretty much anyone that was ever in the WWE, I think, is fair game to go in it.
Mm-hmm.
But, he's definitely not a guy that you would think, this Lanny Poffo.
Arnold Skolin.
Yeah,
what the hell did that guy do?
He was the Golden Boy. He was managed Bob Backlund and stuff. He was around the company a long time.
I rest my case.
No, I think he was just before my day, but I think he was pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
But then they had his limo driver in there, and they got Johnny Rods and guys that really didn't do anything. But I don't know, Lanny Poffo, what the hell?
Just put him in now. Just do it so we can see the Macho Man package.
Wouldn't it look weird though? Like we're putting Macho, and then now we're putting Lanny in, like the same time when you want it like staggered out. Like don't put me in the same time because then it's like so obvious you're just sticking me in there because Macho Man's in there.
Yeah, and I don't see why Lanny would really want it. If it wasn't legitimate, why would you want it? You know?
Yeah.
Don't force somebody's hand to do something, you know.
Yeah, better. You're not putting my brother unless you put me into it. That's kind of messed up.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe that was taken out of context. Who knows? Lanny's a good dude.
Yeah, I don't know. He said some strange stuff over the last few years.
Well, he's the genius. He says strange things.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, he's up to strange business too.
Apparently, this is what I've read is that it was Macho Man that wanted in, but it was the WWE that didn't want him in. But things have changed now. So. I'm sure we'll see him in the Hall of Fame. Yeah,
I think he's definitely a strong candidate this year. Mm-hmm. I mean, it'd be pretty crazy if they didn't put him in this year. Mm-hmm. Will they ever put Bruno in?
Yeah, I think after he passes away.
When he can't say nothing about going in?
Yeah.
It's like, he's going to live for, probably another 30 years. It's going to be really strange when they do eventually put him in. It's like, nobody would, kids will be like, who the hell is Bruno? Mm-hmm. Because he's still kicking. I mean, the man was running laps around the freaking pond. I mean...
Yeah.
He's probably going to outlive me.
But I want to put this out there. It's weird to me because it's like, well, he's got to be in because he is the Hulk Hogan of his day. But at the same time, he doesn't want him to put him in. Do you just put him in anyway, even if he doesn't go there to accept it? Is that bad taste? I don't know what the right thing to do is.
I'd just go ahead and put him in, whether he wanted to or not. I mean,
yeah.
If I was, the guy over WWE Hall of Fame, it's just asinine that he won't, that, you have a Hall of Fame and the guy who was like the Hulk Hogan of the 70s isn't in it.
Yeah. And if he doesn't want to come accept it, he just doesn't come accept it.
That's all there is to it.
Have someone else, or just show a package about him and that's it.
That's when you get a son to come and accept it.
Weeble brings up a topic here. He says, on the Lanny Poffo subject, now, if you were able to give yourself fellatio, would you be in the chat room right now?
What's that got to do with Lanny Poffo?
Because they always said that he could,
What?
You never heard that?
Rumor. Just a rumor.
They say he can do it.
Oh, come on now.
He's a limber man.
I mean, we saw him at the Fan Fest. If he can do that, would he be at the Fan Fest?
You think if you could do that, you would just sit around 24 hours a day just blowing yourself? I mean, you'd probably get tired of it after a while, I think.
No, I mean, I don't know. I think that somebody probably just made that one up.
I don't know. I kind of think it's true.
At this moment, I'm just not going to say anything. just switch the topic, would you?
I thought that was a good topic.
I'm trying to be nice here, Jack.
Oh, I got you. All right, so what do you do next week? You got CM Punk, you got John Cena, 2 titles. What do you do?
Next week, CM Punk, John Cena, 2 titles. Gosh, what do you do? You've had both belts on. I mean, you got to address it somehow. I don't know. You'd almost think they'd just have a match together. I mean, because if you were, like, the chairman, wouldn't you want this issue resolved immediately? Because you don't want to have 2 belts floating around.
Yeah, they got to do something good, though. I mean, it's, I think they've kind of fumbled a little bit, but I still think you got all the heat from the up to the pay-per-view. The pay-per-view.
Maybe that's what you could do. You could have it like where you're going to put them both in a match, and you're going to unite the belts, but CM Punk refuses. He refuses until, like, the pay-per-view.
Do you think they should have made a new title?
For CM Punk?
For Cena when they had the tournament, because it's like identical titles. Or do you think it's better that way?
That probably would have made people, suspicious. Like, why all of a sudden they got a new belt. CM Punk was the one who was saying, like, he's going to change the way the belt looks because it's ugly. So why doesn't CM Punk have a new belt? But then again, it kind of proves that, he doesn't have the belt. And he was at the Comic-Con, and he pulled out the belt, and he was talking to Triple H while he was doing his press conference, and, if he pulled out some strange-looking belt, they'd be like, well, that's not the WWE champ. So I guess you just kind of got to keep them the same. Your hands are tied,
You just do a match, and that's the end of it all?
I'm saying, like, you try to put them in a match to just, to end the situation, but Punk says he refuses. He's not going to do the match until the pay-per-view. So then you get at least a build-up for a pay-per-view, right?
Yeah, I think you got to do it. You can't just do it on Raw. That would be a waste.
Yeah. You want to get people to buy the pay-per-view.
Who wins it? Who gets the belt?
Personally, I just like to see Punk win. We've had so much of John Cena as the champion. Do we need to see much more of it?
No, even that on Raw, it was like they built up that who's gonna face, and then it was like Cena. It's like everybody just kind of groaned. It's like, how many times can we just see the same thing?
See, it would have been interesting if they brought back Punk and he was the one to beat Mysterio to unite the belts.
Yeah, I think anybody. Just after you do that tournament, just winning the belt right away just seemed kind of dumb to me.
Yeah,
just switching the belt too much.
Yeah, it was a bunch of switcheroos. So I don't know.
But if you did, it had to be heel, though. I think it's a very heel move just to beat this guy after winning a tournament.
Well, John Morrison beat R-Truth out of his
I didn't like that
big
either.
Main event shot. So there's not a whole lot of logic.
That's a little different too. But what about could he have looked any more like homosexual when he came out?
R-Truth or John? No, Morrison?
John Morrison.
What made him look homosexual? The jeans?
You didn't think the jeans and no shirt? It just like you just scream like. Yeah, I mean, if he would have came out just like blowing a dude, like that would probably have been more gay. But just the sight of him, I was like, man, he looks like a homo.
Just jeans and no shirt does that for you?
Yeah, and he's all shaved. You didn't think that just didn't scream homo to you?
But that's like kind of how Edge would wear his gear in a street fight.
Then he'd wear a shirt. Maybe he'd rip it off during it, but he wouldn't just walk out like that.
Scott Hall used to have no shirt and jeans.
You didn't think he looked gay coming out there?
No, it didn't strike me that way at all.
Man, it did to me. I don't buy. Do you buy him as a guy just coming out beating someone up? Oh,
Well, he's angry at R-Truth, so I guess he could, but I don't know. From what I hear about John Morrison, I don't think he'd do that to anybody.
Didn't he use, like, parquet or whatever the hell it is right in the street fight?
He did?
Yeah, he's like, I don't dig that guy.
John Morrison in general?
Yeah, just not one of my fans. I heard...
It would have been great if they had John Morrison come out and beat up on R-Truth, and then Mike Knox comes out and beat up some John Morrison.
Man.
Yeah.
They just cut to the back, and he was banging his girlfriend.
Well, he'd have to be awful fast to do that, but sure, why not? I just got done bubbling your current boyfriend. Now give me some.
Yeah. I mean, they just cut to the back.
And you're fast, freaking Kevin Knox. Or Kevin.
What if they just did, every time Morrison
Knox
came out, they would cut to the back and have like a hidden camera where Melina just started blowing guys as soon as Morrison was out of sight.
It's just a random dude. And then finally it comes down to like freaking Finkel.
Yeah.
Oh my.
See, big red machines.
No pictures.
I didn't understand why Morrison was not wearing a shirt, but he had jeans on. I didn't get it either. Who walks around like that?
I don't know who would. I mean, if you're in jeans and you're about to get into a fight, but I guess he knew he was going to come and confront him.
Then he's been bragging.
Hey, your poster boy, John Moxley, didn't he used to wrestle just like that?
Yeah, he was wrestling in a match.
Yeah.
He was just walking around.
Well, that's like some beating your ass gear.
Why would a guy run out with jeans on and no shirt?
Cause
sunglasses.
He's
indoors.
I can't defend the sunglasses. But the jeans, you're in disguise. You don't want people just knowing you're going to come and beat somebody up.
It's like he's got probably glitter.
No, he takes the shirt off in the back. Now the glitter, I can't.
I don't want anybody to see who I am. Hold on while I glue this gem into my belly button.
No, if he had that, I would totally agree with you. I didn't see no gem in his belly button.
I bet he did.
He's listening to Cher to get himself pumped up.
They say that
if I could turn back time, you believe in love after love. Yeah, I love that song, man. I'm gonna go kick Archer's ass.
I used to have these two gay neighbors, and I swear the one would drive around the block, and he'd have like
it's raining men. Hallelujah!
Comic chameleon. Chameleon.
Chameleon. It comes and goes. It comes and goes.
Then black people moved next door, and they moved. So it proves that gay people can be racist. But what the hell we're talking about? This guy with no shirt on. And plus he's saying that he took comedy lessons so he can be funnier on the show.
Funnier, eh? Well, he's got some laughs out of us tonight, hasn't
he? Why is everyone going to be a comedian? Why is wrestling going to be all about jokes?
Yeah.
Why don't you take a drama class? Maybe you can go up there and cut promos that makes me want to see him. Stand up. Weeb says Batista looked really gay when he used to do that too. He'd be like all in leather and no shirt. That was pretty gay looking stuff. I mean, he looked more like a top, and Morrison looked more like a bottom. See what I'm saying?
I'm still on the think. Anyhow, Jack.
Taza was pissed. He says, I'm a homophobe. He's not going to be listening anymore. He's offended.
Dolph Ziggler versus Evan Bourne. What the hell was up with Dolph Ziggler after his match? He got on the mic and he was like, follow that! What got into his crawl?
I don't know. He's saying he's so good you can't follow his match.
Kind of like a Jerry Lee Lewis thing. Follow that killer. But
yeah, you just can't follow it.
Yeah, so I didn't understand where that was coming from, though. Is he pissed about something?
I don't know. Maybe it's just his new thing.
Keith Stone, he did a full sleeve tattoo on one of the Bella twins with the magic marker, so they couldn't switch. And then they never had a match, so that didn't make no sense.
Yeah, that Keith Stone stuff never really makes much sense. Like, when the pay-per-view came out, then you didn't see him again. Then this had no bearing on anything. I don't like that guy. I guess some people love those ads, but they don't do it for me.
He's supposed to be a cool character, Jack. Why don't you like him? He's just like, I just don't like that guy.
I just don't dig him.
Kelly and Eve, they took on Maurice and Melina. I liked Maurice's the ass busting shot, whatever that was.
There's a lot of ass moves in wrestling lately. A lot of the chicks are trying to one up each other with the ass spots.
Yeah,
which I'm all for.
Yeah, I can't complain. It's pretty cool.
I was just kidding, guys. Everyone in the chat room, calm down. We got groups of people saying I'm a homophobe, and then we got groups of people like gay bashing and want to see gays like burned. And I'm just kidding. I mean, I don't. Calm down, guys.
You got yourself into it, Jack. Yeah, just say John Morrison looked gay.
Yeah, I mean, well, he did. I mean, I think he looked like a total fag. That don't mean I want to see him, beaten down. Well, I kind of do, but it's for other reasons.
I didn't think he looked gay. I just saw a guy in jeans and no shirt. It's like, you're about to get in a fisticuffs with somebody, so you throw off your shirt.
Really?
That's what some people do, so they can't pull it over your head,
Man.
And you don't get your shirt dirty. You ever thought about that?
I guess. I don't know.
That match that I mentioned earlier, Jack, about Michael Cole, he was wrestling none other than Zack Ryder.
Hey. Zack Ryder. I think his pop was very disappointing. I thought maybe he'd get a bigger pop coming out, but really didn't seem to care too much about him.
Nah, maybe it's the crowd that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows, but he has been doing his YouTube videos, which I've seen none of, but I hear they're funny.
Yeah, they are. They're very funny. And I hope he gets a spot on the show, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it's. I definitely think he deserves them trying to push him.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's gonna work or not.
Kofi Kingston versus Alberto Del Rio. Alberto Del Rio was the victor.
Yeah, I know you love him, and a lot of people on our board love him. A lot of people. I don't know. I never really get into him.
You don't like him?
Not really.
I don't know. I think he does his character to perfection. Whenever he does the little wink, you're just like, man, that guy's just an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's terrible. I just think he's kind of overrated. I don't really. He doesn't do it for me. I watch him well, I guess he's all right, but I don't really see him as a top guy or anybody I'm really enamored of for.
Well, I don't think they've been using him very well recently. He's just kind of there. But I did like how he pulled Rey Mysterio's mask off. Didn't you think that was kind of an asshole?
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, that was good on the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't go crazy over the guy like a lot of people do. I don't think he's bad. I don't think there's anything bad about him. To me, he's not that great. That's all.
They could do some better stuff with him.
Do you think it was a smart move or bad move moving him to Raw?
He was probably better on SmackDown because there wasn't a whole lot of, all the big names are on Raw, so he probably would have been better off on SmackDown.
Yeah. But, Raw's a bigger show, though.
That is true. But you gotta let somebody develop.
Yeah. Let everybody know here in the chat room, if you want to post questions for us, put question in front of it or topic, whatever, and we'll ask it here on the show. We got some on Twitter and Facebook, too, which we'll get to.
Excellent. Well, I didn't really watch a whole lot of Impact. I watched, up until, close to the main event, and I just kind of gave out at that point. Sorry. Impact is kind of slipping back into their old ways. It's not very compelling anymore.
Yeah, I think I had a 4-week stretch there, which I really enjoyed it. Then a couple weeks it just kind of dropped back down to its usual Impact self.
Yeah, it's hard to watch sometimes. This week was hard to watch. Maybe it'll be better tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you had RVD versus Scott Steiner in the Bound for Glory series.
I hate this Bound for Glory series.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying. Nobody can keep track of it. I mean, I don't know why they do points in wrestling. They never incorporate points in wrestling, ever,
No, it never works.
Then all of a sudden they throw it at you and you're like, well, what the hell is this? Points? I gotta keep track of points.
I gotta get a friggin' abacus.
I
gotta get a friggin' chart to keep track of this, and then I gotta follow the house shows. It's nuts. It's stupid. And what is it, 4 months long?
Yeah.
What kind of tournament lasts for 4 months? I can't follow this. 16 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and there's 4 pay-per-views in between this tournament. And what do they get if they win? That's a shot at the title? Big friggin' deal.
Yeah.
There's a title match every week anyway.
Just be good and you'll eventually get a title shot. How about that?
It's way too long. It's too long. The points are dumb. There's like people with no points, the people with like a bunch of points, and it's just terrible. I don't like it at all.
Yeah. Sting, he's entertaining, but it kind of just seems like they've kind of like done as many angles as they can do with him or something.
Yeah.
He's crazy, and that's about it.
What if you had a whole promotion, okay, where it was just this tournament of
all
points?
Women's wrestling?
No, well, you could even women, men, whatever, and it was just a whole point system. Like, there was no belts, everything was just these points, and like it was like they never told you what it was for, where it was going, what the purpose was, and like they would just feud over like, oh man, you cost me my 3.5 points in this last match, I'm gonna make it up in this one and get 7 points of the submission. I mean, would that be good? Would that be a good show to watch?
No, it'd be boring. If you did have an all-women's promotion, Jack, would John Morrison be perfect as the CEO of it?
Oh, yeah.
And he'd come out to, like, ATC all around the world or something?
Now, if he was part of the all-women's promotion, now, would he be the guy that all the women would be banging, or would he be, like, the gay friend that they all want to be best friends of?
I think you know where I'm going.
They would go shopping with.
He's adorable. Go shopping with him.
Maybe that's him and Melina's thing. Maybe they really don't even have sex.
It's just the front?
Yeah, maybe that's why he doesn't mind when she's banging all the dudes.
Allegedly, yes. Mike Knox.
That makes you mad. I mean, it's like... you don't mind that it's like... or whoever, but Mike Knox, that's the one that really gets to me.
He's like, I'm getting in on this. Big grizzly beard and everything.
Well, what do you think? Why do you think
I've always had a thing for Grizzly Adams? What's going through her mind?
I don't know. Maybe he's a nice guy.
Maybe he's charming.
He just has a big old penis.
You think that's what he pulled out? He's just like, look at this.
Could be. I don't know. Let's go back to Impact, though. I've been praising Sting. I like it stuff. But, I mean, really, it's just an outright, total copy of Heath Ledger's performance as a Joker. No matter how good he does it, it is kind of strange. Do you think, like, even though he pulls it off well, and I think it's entertaining, do you think that's really talented just to totally copy something and not take elements of something and make it your own? Just totally outright copy something.
It worked for him before.
Yeah.
He stole the crow and it worked for him. People love it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, you can't argue with success. So, isn't it strange, though, that this is like the second person that he's took their character, like, shortly after they died?
Just totally ripped. I mean, not like I said, it wasn't like he took a little bit of elements from it and based. I mean, just total outright robbery. He's out there. Yeah, he's out there doing him. It's weird. Like I'm not gonna. I do enjoy it though. I like it, but there is something strange about that.
It is.
Now, because I was watching a Maniac Matt Bourne shoot interview, and he was saying that when he got the Doink character, that he went and he watched old Cesar Romero Joker stuff, and that he would get a lot of the mannerisms from that. And then he also watched a Joker, the Batman, the newer one, not Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson one, and got some stuff there. But he said a lot of it was the Cesar Romero stuff. Now, do you think that's a little better though? Like you're not just totally ripping the guy off. You're just watching
borrowing a few things here and there.
Yeah, give them inspiration.
I don't know though. Now that you just, I mean, I guess he's not wearing like the purple jacket and everything out there, so.
Yeah, but I mean, just the same exact face paint. He's acting exactly the same. He's got the same little twitches, the same mannerisms.
Yeah. See, I think they could have done away with that. Maybe just had him act a little loony and not do all the twitching and all that.
Yeah, same delivery. I mean, it's a real copy if you watch it.
Mm-hmm. He's a good.
He does it well though. Mm-hmm. It fits the show. I like it. It's a lot better than Sting just standing around.
Yeah. So they're building up a match between him and Kurt Angle. What's gonna be on the pay-per-view. I don't know why Kurt Angle's even getting a shot. Like,
yeah,
he hasn't been in the mix for quite a while now.
Yeah, they took that was the good thing about him in the Jarrett feud though, because as much like I think Kurt Angle's probably the best all-around guy in the company, but anybody who's a champ forever, gets kind of boring.
Yeah.
So instead of, I think he should have did something where he worked his way back up to a title shot, but it just kind of seemed like that's over now. He's right there getting the title shot again. Kind of like Sting. As soon as Sting comes back, he just gets title shots. Just because he's Sting.
Yeah.
They kind of make all the other matches just seem kind of pointless. It's like they can just win and go, and it doesn't matter. It's like if you're considered as top guy, you got a big name, you're just always getting the title shots.
Yeah. Mr. Anderson too. He's not doing it for me in Immortal. He's kind of just fell off altogether for me.
All right. Now, okay, let's say you're Vince Russo, okay? And you go in there and you like Sting.
If I was Vince Russo, I'd get the gun. Put it in my mouth. No.
Sting, watch this movie and just be this guy, be Heath Ledger. Now, if you could pick a movie and say, all right, Anderson, watch this and just be this guy.
If I was Vince Russo, I'd drink heavily. Nobody likes me. Give me the bottle.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm gonna take the opposite. If I was Vince Russo, I'd just be sitting around. I don't know. You'd be like, I write this total shit.
Trying to pull some Lanny Poffos.
I ruin companies, and I just keep paid for it. So what the hell?
You just be happy that you collected a paycheck.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't care that you're putting total shit out there for people to watch. No, you're a man who has pride in what you do. I can't see you doing that, Jack.
That's true. That's it.
You're not happy when things don't go well, so.
No, I get pissed, depressed. You're probably right. I probably would have blew my brains out by now. I'd be freaking dead. I'd be a raging alcoholic or just gone.
I guess Mickey James and what's her name, Velvet Sky, they're going to have a match.
Answer my question though. What character do you think? Do you think Anderson could take this Sting thing he just ripped off a movie character? Is there a movie character that Anderson could just rip off and maybe it would work?
He'd
be like the Zookeeper.
The Zookeeper? What's that from?
That's that dude, Anderson. What is it? Kevin Anderson, whatever the hell guy's name is. The guy from
Zoolander?
No, the Zookeeper.
The Zookeeper?
The guy from King of Queens.
King of Queens?
You never saw the show King of Queens?
I thought he was like a postal worker.
Yeah, but I mean, he's got a new movie.
Oh, where he talks to the animals?
Yeah.
Why would Anderson want to rip that off? Of all things! Why would Mr. Anderson want to be that guy? He talks to animals? So now he's like the low-rent Dr. Doolittle? Because that's basically what that movie is. They stole Dr. Doolittle. And
Kevin James.
And they're coaching him on how to be in a relationship. Why would animals know how to do that? What the hell is that movie? That's like the Rebecca Black equivalent of movies. It's just funny to laugh at it. You don't laugh at the jokes.
Oh, there was a great clip on the...
that man's career isn't going well.
He's like Vince Russo.
I know he's making a lot of money, but you don't want to be in that if you want to be considered like an actor.
So shit.
Man. Jeez. He was basically the fill-in for Chris Farley in that Buddies movie, too. He was kind of just the fat guy.
Yeah,
You know that would have been Chris Farley if he was still alive.
He's a pretty big star, though, I guess.
I know he is, but I'm just saying. It's like, man, he's in a lot of crap.
Why, but he is.
I'm just confused. Why would Mr. Anderson want to get, like, love life advice from animals? Why is he doing that? How does that relate to his wrestling character at all?
It might be the new thing. I don't know, but
it's the new hit angle. You got Crazy Joker, and then you got the guy who gets advice from animals. Now, who's crazier?
I don't know. Well, that might be better for Eric Young.
Well, he's crazy enough already, isn't he? He was taking on, what's his name? He thought he was CeeLo Green or CeeLo Brown. What the hell ever the guy's name is.
That was a good angle on Impact. It was, I like that. It was, that's probably my favorite part. D'Lo Brown was in the convenience store. I don't know what he's doing. And Eric Young just walked in, and they just started fighting. He rolled him up and pinned him for no particular reason. And then D'Lo Brown was like CeeLo Green, you called him. That was great. But D'Lo Brown, he was in there, and he's like that punk better recognize. And I kind of want to see D'Lo Brown come back and feud with EY.
It'd be good stuff. I just wish in the convenience store there would have been like packages of donuts at his feet. Like eating donuts.
Yeah, he was pretty. He's gained a lot of weight, D'Lo. But he used to be big. He used to be a real big dude when we first came into WWE. But is there anything
that would explain what he was doing at the convenience store, though?
Is there any movie though that you think Anderson could rip off and it could skyrocket his career?
Yeah, let's see. A movie Anderson could rip off and it would skyrocket his career.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm trying to think of like an asshole, kind of like the Jerk or something, or
he could be the Jerk,
or like
they hate these cans,
or I don't know, like Caddyshack or something. He could be hunting for gophers. Maybe when he gets the gopher, it can give him love life advice.
I think that would be a good one to rip off. I could see him pulling that off. All right.
I don't know.
What the hell were we talking about?
God knows what. Let me see. Let me pull up his website. I was stealing some notes from.
Zookeeper.
Sarita and Rosita versus Miss Tessmacher and Tara. New knockout tag champions. Tara and Miss Tessmacher. What do you think about that, Jack?
I think that was like probably the most pointless titles in wrestling.
Yeah.
There's no need for it. There's no need for women's tag belts. You got the women's champion, and I actually think the knockout division's pretty good in TNA. And but it's just that's too many titles. You don't need the tag belts.
Sarita had a mask on for the whole match. I guess that was that facial paralysis thing or whatever.
Yeah, so now she's like the Phantom of Mexico.
Yeah, that sucks.
Mm-hmm. The Phantom of the Siesta.
The Phantom of the Siesta.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's too bad for her.
It's the Phantom of the Siesta.
God, is there a more annoying group than the Mexican Americans?
I think if you would implement the Mr. Anderson getting love advice from animals, I think that would be the more annoying group. But as of right now, the Mexican Americans, they hold the title.
Mm-hmm. They should run with the fact that they are annoying instead of trying to make them badasses. Just make them just annoying guys you can't stand.
Like when you see them walking along, they just roll their eyes and like, oh God, not these guys again.
Yeah. I think that guy's got potential. It's just like this really fake Conan.
Like a freaking Speedy Gonzalez. Ay, ay, ay.
Andale, andale.
And have him in the back sleeping all the time.
He was like a big sombrero. Then they start playing like with Cucaracha, and he jumps up and goes, andale, andale, and runs to the ring.
That would be good stuff for that guy.
I like that.
I mean, like, I'm gonna go get some Mexican food, and he comes back with like a Taco Bell bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Like this. No, I got a gordita. I'm Mexican.
Mama homemade, like Mama's recipe.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would work. But besides that, they should just be fired, basically.
Well, I mean,
the chicks are pretty hot, and Hernandez, but that other guy, oh my God,
Anarchia.
Yeah, even the name,
Anarchia, man.
Yeah, what kind of name? Anarchy sounds better than that. But where did they find that guy?
I don't know. Like those guys they had wrestling in the prelims to that before the X Destination X, the just X Division guys that were like brand new. Where the hell did they get all those guys? Like the one dude whose mom was like a mail order bride, freaking Ian Zion or whatever. Where the hell did he come from?
I don't know. I guess he wrestled in Chikara or something.
Really? I didn't know he wrestled for Chikara.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good though. He's got a terrible name.
Yeah, that's not a very good name.
I can never remember it.
Ian Zion or Zima Eon?
Like Zia McGee or something. Well, we just saying here in the chat, during a shoot interview, the Nation Domination was supposed to be the breakout role for D'Lo Brown and not The Rock.
Well, it didn't work out so hot for him, did it? The Rock took off, and he owned that stuff. And
yeah.
D'Lo was never heard from again.
And see, that goes back to listening to your audience. Instead of just like, well, we want D'Lo, and I like D'Lo, but let's say they just went with, we like D'Lo, he's our guy, we're just going to keep pushing him, and we're just going to not listen to the fans who are clearly behind this Rock kid.
Yeah.
Things wouldn't have been the same.
Definitely.
Now, today, do they do that? They've done it with The Miz, and they're doing it with Punk. But there's been times where the people really got behind guys, and the fans have got behind them, but they never really got behind them, the company, and it never panned out. You got to listen to the audience. And then there's guys that they pushed that the fans have just never got behind.
Yeah. Did you hear about what's his name? Matt Morgan getting injured?
Mm-hmm. Sad days.
Injured his arm or something. He's going to be out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sad. I'm glad. He's gone.
Man, you're getting pleasure in a guy's injury.
I don't know. He's kind of just there now. I don't really pay that much attention to him.
The man's pain.
They don't give him too many promos. I'm happy. If he had some more promos, I'd be like, oh, God, get this guy out of here. But if he just wrestles, I'm all right with it.
I don't mind him that much, but I don't think I'll miss him. But what about the entire TNA company? Because they're saying that Spike TV wants to rebrand the company to appeal. Right now it's like all for the dudes, 18 to 35 males, and now they want to rebrand it so it's for dudes and chicks. And I guess because UFC is leaving, and do you think they'll lose TNA?
No. I mean, if they want TNA, they got TNA. I don't think they're losing it.
I mean, you think like, well, this doesn't fit our rebranding. We just we're kicking you out. We don't want this on our show anymore.
Oh, I hope to God they bring back Roller Jam. That'd be good stuff. Mm-hmm. Oh man, it's Thrill Zone Friday. Got my ECW, my monster trucks, and Roller Jam.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think. I mean, I can't say for sure, but I think they'll keep TNA. I think it get them the highest ratings.
Yeah, but I mean, WCW did for the Turner channels. They got rid of it. It was way bigger.
Yeah, but I mean, I think they'll keep it because it's just good ratings for them.
I don't know though. I mean, I don't think that's the end all. If they it's not like it's like this giant success, but it is like they're, especially if they lose UFC, they probably want to keep their big thing around. But I could see them getting rid of it. And if they got rid of it, do you think that'd be the end of the company?
I don't know what else would they do, I mean, unless they could get another TV station to pick them up. You think it's, at this point, you think it'd be possible for them to find that?
Not really. Guess you never know, though, but I hope not. I don't think it would be good for the even though there's times I really don't watch it and I get sick of it, I really don't want it to just go away.
No, I think it'd be bad for everybody. Because it is enjoying to watch sometimes. I mean, sometimes.
At least there's always hope that that it'll do something. It'll get better.
There's hope that Vince Russo will eventually be fired and the program will become good again.
Yeah, or that Jim Cornette will actually go out there and kill him.
That'd be some shit.
It'd be fun to talk about. It would make for a hell of a show on that, wouldn't it? Well, I mean, let's be honest.
It wouldn't be a show if that was like real.
No, I mean, in your head, like if you turn on your computer, you boot it up, go in your head, you see up on the carousel, Jim Cornette killed Vince Russo, and you went to these websites and Meltzer and Alvarez, all sites everywhere. Jim Cornette hacked up Vince Russo with a hack. I mean, it would make a hell
he
of a
was
show.
caught in the back with like a wood chipper, pushing his foot through.
I mean, would that make for an exciting show the next Wednesday?
I guess it would, but I'd probably feel a little bad. I'd probably be like, man, I guess I should have shot so much hate towards this guy. I mean, I don't want to see the dude get killed.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't be killing him, so it wouldn't be that bad. But
I don't know about that, dude. I've got some morals. I don't want to see the man killed just to be taken off of my wrestling program.
Yeah, but it wasn't just for that. I just thought it would make for an entertaining, banner and.
I wish one of you marks out there with suicide bomb Matt Morgan. Just run and grab onto him. I don't want that.
Right.
That would be bad.
Yeah, I'm not saying I want it. I'm just saying if it did happen, though, I think it probably would make it would be fun to talk about.
I do this for the insure.
This is what we can rest.
And Matt Morgan says, "Who?" That's your last conversation.
He's there opening up bags of baseball cards.
They gotta have my DNA.
I'll be adding to myself. Alright. We got a caller on the line. They go to him because we haven't talked to him for a while. Alright. Gene the Drunk.
I'm sorry, Pop, but I'm taking over the company. I love you, man.
I think this is Shane McMahon, isn't it? He's crying about his company being taken away from him.
I'm sorry, Pop, but you've been relieved of your duties. I love you. I love you, Jackie, but you've been relieved of your duties. Hey, guys.
I love you, Pops. Now, see, this goes back to Incher. All right, Inchman. Now you see him out there crying like a big old sissy. Now, no, you don't want to see that. You want to see him out there with the long ponytail, kicking ass, even with a suit on. Not crying like a baby.
No, I don't.
The whole time I'm waiting for the sledgehammer to come out and him to fucking nail Vince. Wham!
See?
But no sledgehammer.
Man.
I'm pissed.
Pissed off.
That would have been something if Vince was dragged out, kicking and screaming, clawing into the ring. He's like, I'm not leaving, damn it. No.
It should have been a bigger deal.
Yeah, instead of blubbering like a baby.
Mm-hmm.
They should have threw him in the trash like they did Eric Bischoff. Just toss the man in the trash.
Toss him out in the trash. I agree. All right, Gene, what were you saying?
How about the cult of personality himself, CM Punk with that new T-shirt, huh?
I'm not too crazy. I don't really like the T-shirt. I know most people do, but I mean, I like Punk though. I really do like Punk.
Best in the world. Love it, man. Love it. I'm marking out right now.
Did you like what they did on this current program of Raw, though?
Well, you know, it was so-so, but the ending was the best part of the night, obviously. You know, we have a brand new repackaged CM Punk, and we're heading straight to SummerSlam. I hope they don't drop the ball with this one. You know, it looks like we're going to have a great main event, the next pay-per-view, so I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll be curious to check it out. You think they're going to do Punk and Cena at the pay-per-view? SummerSlam?
Well, they should have both belts hanging up above and freaking ladder match or something. Whoever gets the belt's the real champion.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way to top it off. Mm-hmm. Or you can have two champions running around Raw. Yeah. The good champ and the bad champ. Yeah. We love it.
I think that was everything that we described was wrong with Raw.
Well, Rey Mysterio winning the title. That was wrong, but then Cena won it.
Thanks for coming. They just took it away from him.
It was even more wrong. What would have been great if Percy Watkins came out and cashed in Alberto Del Rio's Money in the Bank and then won the heavyweight title. I would have popped big time for that one.
Primetime Percy Watson? Oh yeah!
Oh, yeah, baby.
Why would he come back? He's never been in cahoots with Del Rio, has he?
Hey, we got to spice it up somehow.
What happened to that guy? He was funny.
Or Skip Sheffield comes out.
Yeah, what happened to him?
What happened to Mustache?
Who was Mustache?
I think they fired him. Eli Cottonwood.
That fucking goof. Why would they fire him? He was a promo genius.
I like him.
I don't have a mustache. But I do have a mustache. That's what I want. That's what I need out of my wrestling program.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you for calling in, Gene. You're a good man.
Thank you, sir.
I like how he said it in the Vince voice.
Yeah.
Wah, 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 wah. Good night.
DB7 sends this one in the chat room. You want to know if you read about this? I did read about this. I don't know if you read about it. The RVD and Generation Me little Twitter fight.
Yeah, I read about it on our message board at inyourheadonline.com.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It seems ridiculous to me. It's like they didn't come up and say hi to me. We went up and said hi to him. What does RVD care? He's a person. They're human beings. All this respect crap. If you're there and you don't say hello to them, then you can't complain about them not saying hello to you. That's how I look at it. If you didn't make the extra effort, then screw it. You can't complain about it.
Do you really see RVD as a guy who is their age, who just walked around kissing everyone's ass and saying,
no.
Nah, he was RVD. He's out there on friggin'... He's talking about himself in the third person. He's pointing himself. He had a huge ego. And you need that. I think you need that. I mean, I don't think Generation Me are on his over as he was back in the day. But I mean, that's what you got to be like, I think. I like Generation Me.
It's just ridiculous. I mean, if they're not doing an angle or something together, why you got to talk to each other, you know? I mean,
it's a different era.
It's just like, who cares? I mean... All right, I'm sure they respect RVD, you know? They probably loved his matches. They probably marked out for him when they were kids, but it's just like, why you gotta go up and just say hello to people all the damn time?
Mm-hmm. You give them the little, feminine handshake.
Yeah, give them the secret handshake.
Yeah, womanly handshake. You think they ever...
They'll have Zoom whistles on your fingers and just blow those in the back or something to show the respect for your captain. Just take a shit and rub it in your hair and then just let him walk on you like you're a rug or something. That's showing respect. You're fucking working for a company. Just shut up. You're all collecting a paycheck. So, I don't know. They just want people kissing their asses all the time.
You gotta show respect.
I mean, come on. What's your feelings on it? You pretty much feel the same as I do.
Yeah, I just there's always all this big respect stuff that you have to introduce yourself to everybody, shake everyone's hand, and I just think I don't know, it just doesn't. Who cares? Like you said, I mean, if you're just being an outright asshole to somebody, that's different. But just not going up and shaking the guy's hand or something, I think it's kind of silly.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're all human. You know, if you didn't go over there and say hello to them, you know, screw it. I see people I know at the grocery store. I don't bother saying nothing to them. I just pretend they're not there.
And
then I go with my cart. I'm like, get out of here. I'm trying to shop. I don't want to be talking to you.
This is from Crystal in Denver here in the chat room.
All right.
Now, who would you rather have on all fours on the in-your-head bearskin rug? The Oxygen Lady, Julia, the in-your-head general manager, Crystal in Denver, and Mrs. Big Red Machine.
Well, that's the type of thing a gentleman doesn't talk about.
Oh. That was a good answer.
I know who it is, but I ain't saying.
Oh, man.
His initials are NJ.
Whoa! What the hell? Hey, you know I'm always the top.
Would you have just the jeans on and no shirt?
Just laying there on the bearskin rug. You wouldn't. I think that was gay either.
Say what? What was that?
If I was sitting there with just jeans, no shirt on, laying on a bearskin rug in front of the fireplace, I'd be like, oh, that seems pretty bad.
That was like an ass-kicking dude to me.
He's ready to kick some ass.
Avoid that dude. Oh shit, he's got some glitter. Jazz hands, I better get out of here.
So we got Larry Higgins on the line.
All right, I'm back.
How's it going, Larry?
Good, buds. What's up?
Not too much.
Not too much. Just taking the program to the gutter.
To new heights.
Exactly.
So, CM Punk, yeah, I was going to say I completely agree with you about how it was rushed. I was a little disappointed at that. And as soon as Raw began, I kind of knew that they were going to rush something. As soon as Rey won the belt and it was announced that, it's going to be him and Cena, okay, there's some transitional champs, set Cena up for CM Punk for SummerSlam, right?
Yeah, but it was don't you think it should have been spread out a little bit? I mean, it was so rushed. You got the belt on Rey, then you immediately get to Cena, then it's immediately set up that he's going to be facing Punk.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I watched the Comic-Con video, and I thought that was, great.
Yeah, they just kept doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
For a little while, anyway.
I think the reason they don't want to go full force with that type of stuff, there's not too much stuff that the WWE wants to associate themselves with outside of wrestling, And not too many people would probably even put up with them, Maybe like
Well, I listened to an interview with Punk that he did yesterday on ESPN, and he pretty much explained himself out, that it is Summerslam, Slam, it is right around the corner, and that, there's always a risk of a hot angle kind of going cold, and, pretty much take advantage of it while it is hot. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed the program, where he came out to the Cult of Personality and was holding up the belt in the whole, cheering competition. I thought it was great, but was it rushed? Could they have made more of it? I don't know, absolutely.
Yeah. That's another thing about when you're working a work-shoot kind of angle, You can't just go on the radio and just say, oh, well, we had to push the angle, It might have gotten cold, That just makes everything feel fake.
Well, he said a lot more than that. He said that basically that he didn't really decide whether he was re-signing or not to the day of the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Now, I don't know how true that is.
About
but,
him and the bearskin rug.
And,
I know how you got that name, Bam Bam.
That's cool that is, and I completely agree with Jack again, where he's saying that it's complete and utter rip-off of the Joker, And it took me a little while to get used to Sting, being the Joker, and it is somewhat entertaining. But I hope he doesn't end his legacy like that.
Yeah, I think he needs another movie to come around with another painted face guy who dies and becomes like a.
Sting's gonna rip that one off whenever he gets around to it.
I don't think those movies come around too often.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's got to pick and choose his gimmicks all he can, I guess. But I was kind of still hoping to see, his last year in the E and a Hall of Fame and, all that good stuff that I think he's deserving of.
Yeah, I'd like to see that too, to be honest. And I know some people are like, well, you say Sting sucks, so why would you want to see him in WWE? But it's totally different. It's all the build. It's the storyline. You take us. The Sting's not going to be lighting it up in the ring, but you take Sting. You put him in a whole different environment. You tell a story of this guy that's never been in this company. He's the biggest star, one of the biggest stars ever in the other company. And it's like he's kind of this dark character, and he's facing this other dark character, an Undertaker. I mean, it's all in the build to the match. Do I think if you just brought Sting in as another wrestler and he's having matches every week, it would be great? Obviously not. But if you bring him in, you could tell. I think, it's all how you build it. Now, could it be terrible? Of course. Anything could be. But I definitely think you could do something cool. And it would be cool to see one run with Sting in WWE. He's never been there before. He's like pretty much the only guy that never went over there from WCW. So I'd like to see it.
Yeah, speaking of things going cold and do you think the CM Punk angle, now that they've essentially, like you said, jumped a month ahead with it, is it going to lose steam now? Is it going to be back to the same old, essentially?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they just wanted. They were worried that the fans that were into this, we want to see Punk on the show. Maybe we. I think they just we got to get him back on here, and we got to get the belt back on Cena. So it makes sense. That's where we're going to go with the angle. Instead of playing out for a few more weeks, let's just do it right now so we can go right to that so we don't lose the fans that were into this. And so I think, even though you rushed it, I think from here on out, it's still going to be really good stuff.
Perfect. I just want to say thanks for allowing me to talk to Bill DeMont there last week. That was pretty fun.
Anytime. Say thanks to the Inchman, too. He's a good man.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. Incher, I haven't even talked to him, but I think the guy's hilarious as hell. So, biceps, good stuff there, bud.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
I'll have to hook you up on a Facebook, because I don't think he might not know your shoot name, Inchman.
No, for sure.
Well, I don't remember.
I got to catch my armies and empires here with.
Just might not know you something that you're on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
John Howard. Check out John Howard on Facebook, and you can talk to
John Howard. Gotcha.
All right.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm just saying I talked about Facebook, but I don't think he knew who you were on Facebook, so he couldn't find you. That's all. See what I'm saying?
Okay, cool.
All right. Thank you, man. Talk to you later.
Yeah, peace.
All right, Incher. What else is going down in the world of wrestling?
In the world of wrestling, Jack, plenty of things are going down, my friend. The Miz is going to be on George Lopez tonight. Are you excited?
Oh, boy. Yeah, I always see everyone hating George Lopez. I've never actually watched the show, but I've seen the first few minutes a lot of times because I DVR Conan, and usually it records the first 3 or 5 minutes of Lopez. And I always think it's pretty funny, but then when I've seen him on Conan himself, he's not funny. So maybe if I'd seen more of him, I would not like the guy.
So George is on before Conan or after Conan?
After.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'll be curious to check that out. I think The Miz had a really good appearance on Conan before, a couple months back. I thought he was pretty funny on it.
Yeah.
I don't know how it'd be on George Lopez, but it'd be interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
I like seeing WWE guys on other shows, but I don't know. You hardly see Cena on anything.
No, maybe they're just not interested.
Yeah, like what about the Miz would attract him to go on those?
Because he used to be on
the Real World and stuff.
Yeah, I really think that's probably it. They probably hear that, and to them it's like a bigger deal.
Yeah, because he's been on a lot of those shows, so. But he always just kind of normally talks as a wrestler, so. Mm-hmm. I guess people just all kind of universally know who he is, either from wrestling or from the Real World stuff.
Right.
Oh. But you don't see, like, Trishelle on any of those shows.
Who?
A girl from the Real World.
I've never watched it.
Or Puck. Where the hell's Puck, damn it? He used to blow snot rockets.
I've never watched The Real World, so I don't know.
Well, this man Puck, he would take his finger and he would just shoot like a snot out of his nose.
Like Benoit?
Yeah. And people were like, that's so disgusting. And he's like, that's a snot rocket, buddy. And then he'd stick his finger in the peanut butter, and Pedro would get upset. Like, did you just stick your finger in the... Yeah, but that dude's dead now because he had the AIDS.
Speaking of the AIDS, I was watching some Dr. D. David Schultz shoot interviews on YouTube.
Hell of a segue, dude.
And he said, he was saying that someone had AIDS.
Really?
Yeah, it was like Jerry Lawler, and he's like, he's got the AIDS. And I was like, there's no way they could do promos like this today, but if they did, I think they would be bringing it out of this world.
He said he has the AIDS, it's just a wrestling program.
Yeah, he did it in an interview on the wrestling show. He basically like if The Rock would be out there, whoever, Punk, and he'd be like, John Cena, he's got the AIDS because he's getting, banged up the ass because he's gay. I mean, that's basically what he's saying. But there's no way they could say that on TV now. Could you imagine someone doing that on Raw?
Yeah, it'd be pretty crazy. They would make it an awful lot of apologies.
It would be pretty awesome, though.
Dr. D, he didn't seem like he cared to sling mud,
No, the one promo, he's talking about Tony Atlas, and he's like, he belongs in the cotton field. It's like, oh my God. It's like, I'm going to whip that boy. And he's wearing a freaking swastika on his shirt. I was like, oh, that's kind of messed
Dr. D was?
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord. At any point, do you feel bad that you're watching this?
When I'm watching, I'm like, man, I wish this guy was on TV right now.
But he wouldn't be doing that.
And then there was one, and Mean Gene just started losing it. He was like, I'm in San Francisco looking for a woman. And then he just...
Oh, Gene's pent up, isn't he? He's just taken to the airways with his sexual aggression.
He's basically saying Hogan was picking up men that were dressed as women in San Francisco. I like, this guy's just the man.
Oh man,
Dr. D. David Schultz. Man, that's some good promos.
Yeah, we'll be seeing him next week, won't we, Jack?
We will. We will be seeing him next week. Now, we thought maybe we'd have him on the show, but, apparently, promoting the show year-round doesn't get you the guests like other shows. But we won't go there.
Yeah, we'll steer clear of that for right now.
Yeah. Rather give them, guests to people that don't promote it year-round and that way far less people listen to.
Mm-hmm.
That don't go to your shows for 6 years in a row.
Anyhow, I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to go to the Fan Fest, get me some steaks, talk to the fans, the listeners, check in with old Spec Son. I know he'll be there.
Oh, yeah. Spec Son will be there, the Playboy, Don Douglas
Playboy's going to be there?
Yep. I think he just bought his ticket and he's making the drive down.
Excellent. I'd like to see some people. I'm sad that Van and Carol won't be there. But.
Yeah, maybe hopefully next time.
Yeah.
I know Van might be, I was talking to his to Mrs. Van to Lotta Love, and she was hoping that someday they could get to one of the horror conventions.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. Yeah. I hope I can, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Work didn't let me off.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple next year, so hopefully we can get to one of them anyway.
Yeah. I think we can swing that.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be at one here coming up in October, but it's real close to me, so it works out well.
Mm-hmm.
Right here in Massachusetts.
That's the one you're flying me up for, right?
Exactly. The in-your-head jet. It's a rocket shock, so that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I bet that will be a good one. They always have a hell of a lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow we'll be having Heather Blankenkamp on. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, right here on the same like the way you listen to the show right now. It's all the same basically, but it's over withoutyourhead.com. And if you're a horror movie fan, Heather Langenkamp, who played Nancy in the original Nightmare on Elm Street, is going to be on the show. It's a huge guest. It's really a lot of fun.
I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. So everybody check that out. If you can't get enough of me in the Inchman, like, well, maybe I'd like to hear him talk about some other stuff besides wrestling. You listen to withoutyourhead.com, and we're on there with The Flea, with Troy, and we're talking about horror movies and just movies in general, because we like other stuff besides horror movies.
Yeah. But primarily horror, you know.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Every now and then we'll slip into something else, but...
Mm-hmm.
You want to take a break, Jack, and maybe we'll come back and take some more calls and wrap them all up?
Sounds like a good plan.
All righty, everybody. So, at this time, we're going to take a break. Get some drinks going on here. I need something else to drink. A little root beer. Maybe some Sprite. I might get crazy and break out the ginger ale.
Oh, man, you're nuts. I'm drinking I was going to drink bourbon tonight, just a big bottle of bourbon. But I actually went with the G2.
Does anybody ever drink seltzer anymore?
Seltzer? You know what? I just bought a thing of seltzer water to for I don't drink it straight, but I mix it with different stuff.
Beverages.
I become like a big alcoholic.
Oh, it's your straight edge.
I used to be like when I was in my 20s. I really was, like, all kidding aside, until I don't know, like my late 20s, I think, and then
this show drove you to drinking.
My mid-20s. Well, it was I met this girl online, and I went and met her in Vegas, and that was the first time I drank like hard alcohol, when she bought me. And then I didn't really drink too much after that, but over the last few years, yeah, really been I don't know, it's become like a raging alcoholic.
Big old lush, and I'm laughing about it. You need me to get you help or something?
Nah, I'm fine.
That's what you say now, but in a year from now.
Uh-huh.
All righty, everybody. We shall return. 508-644-8503 is the number to dial. Call us up. Talk about the wacky world of wrestling. We're listening. Be right back.
This is Dr. Tom Pritchard saying listen to InYourHeadOnline.com for all the latest, the greatest, and superstars that you want to hear.
Ludemon llamando.
¿Qué pasa, gringos? This is Santo Loco. You're looking for some lucha libre action, but you can't get the fans channel, or you don't understand what they're saying. Check this out. Triple A in English. Check out all the Triple A superstars, the Rudos, the Technicals, and your host, Santo Loco, to commentate for you. For all your gringos. So check it out at InYourHeadOnline.com or at MySpace, Triple A in English. Check it out.
This is Bill DeMott, a.k.a. Hugh Morris. You're listening to InYourHeadOnline.com.
All right, we have returned here to In Your Head Wrestling Radio, and I'm still not a werewolf. If you want to call in, it's 508-644-8503. Good times. All right, Incher. We got someone on the line right now.
Oh boy. Who could it be?
We've got the only William Billy Boy Morey.
The sex monster has returned in your head.
Oh, man, you got to get the willies whenever somebody says they're the sex monster. And they laugh like that.
No, intro. Let's take you to you be at the Fan Fest. All right.
Yeah.
You're sleeping. You start to wake up. Someone's standing over you, and they say, "I'm the sex monster." I mean, you would be pretty scared. I think.
You say someone like you wouldn't know who it is. Come on now. You've just incriminated yourself, sir.
Oh, man.
Wake up with your socks off and someone's cuddling with your feet. I'm the sex monster.
I don't think I could wake up and it'd be Troy, and he'd be like, "Hi, I'm the sex monster." I'm like, "Troy, I know that's you." And you're not the sex monster, you're the flea. He's like, "I guess you got me, boss."
All right, but what if it was like Mr. Wrestling 2?
I'm like, "Oh, no, Mr. Wrestling 2.
Freaking old Anderson.
What can it be, freaking Rockin' Robin?
She's up there. Leilani Kai's there this year.
Leilani
Big Mama.
Big Mama.
Big Mama.
Excellent.
Baby doll. All right.
Well, can they be the sex monsters?
They could be. What the hell?
Only would be a little odd, you know. He waking up and cuddling with you or spooning with you.
All right. This is our last video. Let's go out with a bang. We'll have a big sex monster party up in the room. Baby doll, Big Mama, Leilani Kai, they're all invited.
Looks like it's just us again. Oh.
All right, William. Billy Boy, what's on your mind?
Well, there's a lot going on in the world today. I read something online today that Spike TV is changing the direction of where they're going with their TV.
Yeah.
Not only are they going to go for the 18 to 49 of males, but now they're going for 18 to 49 of females.
Right. Are women into the wrestling? And they go, "No, man, I can't get." They used to be all. I don't think our rats still around. I always really treat interviews, and they say the rats have dried up. The rats aren't all around. I don't know if women still watch wrestling.
Sad day.
Sad day with no rats.
Well, I don't know. They're changing they want to attract the females. I don't think that means the nail in the coffin for TNA. I think they'll keep them. I don't see them just up and getting rid of them all of a sudden, but who knows?
They'll have more sexy dudes on there.
They got higher Orlando.
Well, they haven't got in contact with me yet. What? I mean, what's still it gives?
Anything else there, Billy Boy?
Yeah, I gotta say, I definitely enjoyed R-Truth's promo this past Monday. That was absolutely hilarious. And the whole voices and him talking to himself, then Triple H, that was great shit. I had to watch that 3 or 4 times.
I did pop whenever he looked up at him and he was like, "You crazy, man." I thought that was pretty funny.
Good times. I'm glad they haven't given up on him. I kind of thought maybe, after his thing, he was all done, like after his run with Cena.
Yeah. He's definitely got to pull it together and make a good match, Like, he just can't put it together in the ring when it comes to wrestling, so. If he can do that, I think he'll have the whole package.
Now.
What about it? CM Punk?
I said CM Punk's got the world on fire with his comeback and his entrance music. It all fit perfectly. I just hope it's like you get sick and damn tired of watching Cena with the belt every week. You got to have something different. Have Punk win it and win it outright, and then he can win it back like in the Royal Rumble.
I think Punk's winning. I think Punk's going to be the main face of the company, and I think Cena's going to turn heel. That's my prediction.
Bold prediction.
I think he's finally going heel.
Going out on a limb. I don't know if I'd be so bold, Jack.
I am. I'm saying it, putting out on the line. I'm embracing my balls and being a man about it.
Going on about
I heard
that.
The Rock's confirmed for Survivor Series, though.
What do you think about that intro, The Rock and Survivor Series?
What's he going to be doing? Just guest hosting or what? Will he be in the series?
He'll be playing hopscotch.
Playing hopscotch?
Mm-hmm. That's what the word on the street is.
But do you really think the WWE would have the balls to pull a Cena heel turn? They've been hesitant at that for years and years.
I think they're doing it. I know they haven't done it for a long time, but I think they're doing it now. I think that's where they're headed.
Jack, I'd be really surprised to see that happen.
Really?
I just don't think they're going to do it.
What do they keep doing the same thing with them?
Yep.
They're going to get a new bright shirt for him?
Yep.
They're not going to change them up at all?
What color hasn't he used yet? Like
green.
Bright red, green.
He's got the red. He needs green.
Well, everyone's going to be cheering Punk. No one's going to be cheering Cena.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they're listening to the audience. Punk's big face, and Cena's going to be the heel.
Yeah, you got to tune in and see what happens.
And I think just like Afro's saying here, it's to be another boom period. I think it will be. I think it's a new direction. I think Punk. I think he's got the fans behind him, and I think he speaks to a whole new generation of fans. And I think if they really just got behind him and made him the top face of the company, it would be a big time thing for the company.
Excellent.
I think you could have like another Austin McMahon type of feud with Triple H being. I think you could pull off.
I don't want to do that. I don't think you want to do the exact same thing, but I do think it'd be I think he'll be the top face for a while. But I want to thank you for calling, William. You're a good man.
All right, thanks, dude.
See you.
Take care.
443 area code. Who are you?
What's up, brothers? This is Rick from Baltimore.
Man,
Hey, that's right, the brother with the steel cage mesh. I swear, before the Mayans predict 2012, we're going to get you on board.
See, he's trying to teach you some sense. He's like, I know Incher. You know what he's saying? He's saying, I know Incher is a smart man. I know if he just saw the light, if he would actually, he would, he's not a dumb guy. So if he would just realize the error of his ways and just actually sit down and watch this, he would realize that this is better. He can't be that dumb to think that the blue cage is like.
It's just a temporary judgment. Your mind is clouded. It's like if Maurice was in the room and you're looking at everything was just, I can't think. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. But we'll clear that up.
Now in my defense, I have been defending this big blue cage for quite a while now. And how long has it been out of commission? What's going to make me just turn around this year, right? Huh?
You gotta go back and watch some real cage matches. You're just blind. You don't know.
Paul Orndorff and Hulk Hogan.
So you gotta watch War Games. You gotta watch probably the greatest cage match of all time, which was Magnum TA versus Tully Blanchard. I Quit in a Cage. Just a masterpiece, greatest finish of all time.
Now, when this argument started, I believe it was just like an argument on which one did you like its presence better. And now it's developed into which one has better matches.
Well, that's part of it all.
I think
that adds to it. I don't think that match in the blue cage would have worked. Because you would have looked at it and said, man, this is cartoony.
No, only you would have.
You saw a mesh cage, you said, this is gritty. These are men fighting. These are real men. This is a real battle. This is a gritty, hardcore fight. This isn't a cartoony, stagey, basically the blue cage is like CGI and a mesh cage is practical effects.
The mesh cage is
I tell you what, fellas. May I offer you a suggestion? You guys are going to the Fan Fest this weekend, correct?
Mm-hmm. We're going to go around, Rick, and we're going to poll all the legends and do what you like better, legend. A traditional, real cage, or that big blue thing they used up in New York.
The glorious big blue bars.
And I bet money that the mesh cage wins.
Until you get to Dr. D and he slaps you. just because you don't know what you're talking about. He'll say, I'm going to slap you, boy. That big blue cage, that's boss.
I doubt he would.
Is that fake, the big blue cage? No.
He wouldn't like that. He'd be all about a real cage.
I'm saying he's a fan of the big blue cage.
He'd beat us all up.
He's like, how about this? I'll just beat you all up.
I had two comments here. The whole Sin Cara thing, I think we just need to deal with it. It's done. Mm-hmm. It's over. I mean, me personally, I've seen a lot of luchadors, for Rey Mysterio. I even seen wrestlers like Jack Evans that I think, do a lot of spectacular moves in the ring. But to me, Sin Cara is just, I look at it and I'm like, all right, I've seen that before. And I don't know how long do you guys think they're going to go on with this with him?
Sin Cara, I think he's out the door.
He's done.
Yeah.
I think he's done
for the wellness policy. He's been talking crap about him. They don't want him anymore. No. He's a goner.
Do you think it's a coincidence? Do you think if they was that big push again, do you think if he would have took off and like he was talking town, everyone was loving it. He didn't botch every move. And he was lighting it up. Do you think they would have ever? Do you think he wouldn't have failed the wellness policy?
I don't think so. I think it would have been like a little slap on the wrist behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. Don't let it happen again.
They wouldn't be saying, JoJo, Jorge, Gonzalez, whatever the hell the guy's name is. He's out there. They wouldn't be saying
that. Yeah, and that's Triple H's pet project, too. So I guess he wanted to see him succeed, but what can you say? And one more thing. My last gripe, and I don't know if you guys heard about this, but it's coming out in the next couple of weeks. Pro Wrestling Illustrated top 500 wrestlers. Mm-hmm. The Miz is number one. And I think I have an issue with that. Mm-hmm. I mean, not to say, I give him his credit. He has improved over the years, mic-wise, wrestling-wise. But to lump him in the top 500 wrestlers over different organizations and to say that he's number one, I mean, I can put him somewhere in the top 10. I just can't see him number one just yet. Mm-hmm. What do you guys think about that?
About who?
The Miz being number one and
top 500.
Well, he had a good year.
Like, if I was going to put my finger on who was the top wrestler of 2011, or is it 2010? Which one was it?
I think it's 2000.
You got to remember, PW Pro Wrestling Illustrated, it's kayfabe. So it's basically who was the number one wrestler if what you're watching is real. So in the real world of professional wrestling, not who's the best worker, who, all the stuff that we talk about on the show. If you're just watching this, and you would say, well, this guy is the number one star in wrestling, who would it be?
It'd be hard to say. I think the Miz or John Cena would be like one of the most likely, people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
let's see.
I think for something like that, I don't know how you grade or judge that when you consider and they take in the wrestlers from TNA, WWE. I don't know if they even consider overseas.
Who's been in the most main event angles during the year? And the Miz has definitely been in the most, or close to being in the most,
Yeah. I wouldn't argue with Miz. I think that's a good pick. Either Miz or probably Cena. I think Miz probably. Afro saying Orton. I could see Orton up there too.
Yeah, Orton would be up there.
Yeah. Maybe.
So I guess you could pretty much predict next year it'll probably be Punk on the cover.
I would think so. If things keep going the way they're going.
Yeah, but I don't know. I have to wait till the whole issue comes out and see who else is ranked behind him. I make a judgment after that.
Yeah. All right, Rick. That was a good talk.
All right, fellas. Not a problem. Enjoy the Fans Fest. Enter. Long live the Mesh Cage brother.
No. You need to watch some Paul Orndorff and Hulk Hogan. Big Blue Cage.
Hail Rick from Baltimore.
Some King Kong Bundy and Hulk Hogan. King Kong Bundy liked the Big Blue Cage better, Jack.
It's because it's like a fence. I like Bundy, but I mean, he could like. Well, did he really like it better?
Yeah,
he just liked it because he was in WrestleMania.
He said it on the show.
Yeah, there's one guy. All right, Rick.
I think King Kong Bundy counts for 2.
5 count.
Yeah.
Now, what about when Jericho? Because he said he could beat up Bundy. Do you believe that? I don't think he could do it.
Nah, I don't think Jericho could beat him up.
Why is Jericho such a badass?
I don't think he really thinks it, because he kind of took it back in his book. Because I think he said he was like really scared when he had Bill Goldberg down. Like he knew he couldn't let him up because that would probably be the end of him. And I think he just kind of runs his mouth sometimes just because he knows he can. And then, like, if it come down to it, he probably really wouldn't want to. Because once it's in print, you know, like Bill Goldberg can look at that. But if it's just trash talk, he knows it probably won't get back to him. Because you read his book, you saw how he was kind of kissing up, you know. Like, he said, like, he did take him down, but he knew he couldn't let him get up, and, like, his friends were trying to pull him off of him, and then, you know, that gave him a good shot at him.
Yeah. Now this is just an intro. This is breaking news here on the board, okay?
Oh, breaking news.
This is from the Observer. This is apparently the original plan for Punk's return at Raw. Now imagine if this actually happened. The original booking concept was for him to return at the end of the show, get beaten up by Triple H, left laying with a pedigree, and Alberto Del Rio would come down, cash in his briefcase, beat him to win the title, and Del Rio would go to SummerSlam to defend against Cena.
Well, I like what they did better.
That would have been a big pile of shit.
That would have been bad. I mean,
how does he even know that, though? That to me, that kind of... I respect Meltzer and everything, but to me that really kind of reads like it's just made up. Like someone just told him that.
I don't know. He must heard it from somebody, maybe. I mean...
It kind of reads like something somebody would say just to badmouth Triple H. Like, why would Triple H destroy this when he's not a current wrestler right now? And I know maybe if he was an active wrestler, I'd buy it, but... Like, I think the man's smart enough to know what works in wrestling. I mean, why would he think that would work? I don't really buy it.
I like, sometimes it's a situation where you can't see the forest from the trees. And maybe he just couldn't see the big picture and see how that looks to other people, you know? Like, I just pretty much destroyed this guy, and he should just be like, you know, this WWE guy, and this should really make the fans happy that I beat him because he took our belt away from us. But like in the end, I don't think he realizes that would have been a complete failure. But maybe he did because he didn't go with it.
I don't know. I don't. If that's really like what they wanted planned, like that's kind of mind-boggling. I would hope that no one really thought they... And it didn't happen.
How would that work even? Because they had the new title anyhow, with John Cena being the championship
That
holder.
doesn't really make sense to me.
I think he would have got it from a source somewhere if Dave Meltzer, in fact, reported that.
Yeah, well, how would Del Rio cash in and win a belt that doesn't really exist? I mean, does it exist? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't make much sense. I don't know. Maybe that was just something that was brought up there, but I really don't think anyone really thought that. It would be kind of dumb to put all this TV time into the whole Punk thing, and then just have him come up there and get destroyed, and then go to a totally different direction. It doesn't really make any sense.
It could have been just a situation where that was somebody's idea and it was presented. You know, maybe they didn't go along with it. You know, who knows?
It was Del Rio's idea.
It was Del Rio's idea?
Could be.
I like it. It's a good idea.
Destination X did not do well.
That's a shame, because it sounded like a pretty good card to me.
Yeah.
Like the build-up for it and everything, but, well, that sucks for them. The X Division is dead, then.
Yeah, it did about 8,000 buys. But as Bach Cobb brought up here, that's actually a good point by him, and sometimes he doesn't have good points, but he said that if it did about the same or even a little bit less than the normal ones, is that really bad considering it was all like guys that you pay way less money to?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you didn't have the Hulk Hogan's and Ric Flairs and Stings and all these guys you're paying huge money to on it. So if it just did the same as it's been doing, is that really a bad thing? Because you did a pay-per-view with all these guys you're paying not much money to, besides like RVD. So that's kind of a good point.
Yeah.
If you can do the same business with guys that aren't considered huge stars as you can with these guys that are considered huge stars that you're paying big money to, you know, why are you paying the big money to them?
But it's a decline in business, regardless. So.
Well, not really if you're paying them less money.
Yeah, I understand that, but it could get worse if you.
Yeah. Well, they said it was actually like about the same as what they've been doing.
Yeah, if it's about the same, then hell, that's probably good then.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep going with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but you want your profits to increase, you know. But I see what you're saying. The performers weren't paid as much as a Sting or whatnot. But
yeah.
Huh. All right. What are you going to ask Afro?
No, Afro was he put on the board. Well, Afro, did you want to say something?
Well, first off, I want to say on the TNA buys thing, they said it might have done 8,500 buys, which would actually be more than what they usually do.
Yeah, see, so not too bad then.
Anyway, big news.
Big news.
Absolutely huge news.
Huge news.
Huge news.
The new wrestling television show is going to debut.
Oh my god.
It's going to be huge.
Is this
the
the NASCAR thing?
No, it's not that. On September 14th, on True TV, at 10 p.m. Eastern, you're going to see the debut of the biggest wrestling company to ever exist. You're going to see the debut of Hulk Hogan's Micro Championship Wrestling.
Holy shit.
That's huge news.
Holy shit,
my
man.
Goodness. I can't say I'm excited for it.
You were loving that last midget wrestling.
I know, but that was like a reality show.
You're like, I can't get enough of the midgets, yeah!
Do you really want to watch midgets wrestling all the time?
Non-stop midget wrestling.
I mean, really, I'd probably rather watch women's wrestling. I don't find it that funny. It's just midgets wrestling. I mean, who cares? They bite each other's butts. Who cares?
That guy's little.
I've never understood the appeal of it. It's like, so they're born that way, and what makes it so funny?
Just they're little. And they bite each other in the ass.
Oh, yeah?
They're little.
Not digging it.
They're like little people.
Totally lowbrow humor.
It's like gnomes. Like if you would go out there and what if they did that? What if they just had like a lawn gnome wrestling company and they just said like these lawn gnomes came to life and just started wrestling? Would that work?
Well, why are you asking me this? I don't know. I don't think it would.
Well, that's the kind of gimmick you need. Like one guy's just a lawn gnome who came to life. Then somebody's like a friggin' dwarf from a fantasy dwarf. Yeah, Smurf.
A fantasy dwarf? What is that?
Yeah. Like he's got like a battle axe and stuff.
Oh. I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
One's a Oopa Loopa.
Yeah, exactly. Oopa Loopas. That'd be a good one.
I'm starting to get into that. No,
yeah, see?
You're starting to draw me in.
It's not just all biting in the ass.
Oh, the one's got the lollipop.
Lollipop Guild, yeah.
Yeah. Huh. This is starting to show potential if they had listened to some of our ideas.
Friggin' Hobbit, big feet.
Yeah. Huh.
You know, speaking of lawn gnomes, on WWE Shop Zone, they're actually selling WWE lawn gnomes now.
Oh, yeah? Which one's the best one?
I think the Undertaker one, but they got a John Cena and an Undertaker lawn gnome.
That's funny.
And they both have giant beards, like a gnome. It's just weird. Like, there's a scene, he's a scene that's doing like the "you can't see me" face, but yet he's a gnome with a giant beard.
Who made lawn gnomes anyhow, and how did they catch on?
I don't know. Do you think at one time they were just people, like midgets, like that's what they would do for jobs? Or like, can you just stand in my garden and pay you $50 a day? I don't know. And it's like, it's kind of mean to the midget. Let's just, let's just make a fake one.
Maybe the racists were the ones who made gnomes, and they said, like, because they had to take all their lawn jockeys out of their lawns. And so they're like, well, we'll just make a gnome. That won't offend anybody. They just had to have something to put in their lawn.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if it used to be real midgets, so they might have been pissed because that would put them all out of work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, I used to be able to make a living being a freaking lawn gnome. Now I got to go in the ring and bite guys in the ass.
Would you really want to make a living that way? Just standing in a dude's lawn for hours upon end?
I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. If you had a lot of money, wouldn't you like to have, like, a living lawn gnome?
No. I don't think I need that.
Like, I mean...
I'd at least make the gnome cut the grass or something. I mean, do something for his...
I wouldn't say, like, you gotta just be, like, standing there like you're a statue. I'd say, you could walk around. That'd be, you could water the flowers, you can sit and have tea, you can do all your little gnome stuff. That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know why you would want that.
You don't think that'd be cool? People drive by your house and, like, you'd have these gnomes walking around your garden? That'd be pretty awesome.
No? I would have won that. Like, he has to dress as a gnome.
Yeah, and he's going to have a big beard, dressed with like a gnome with a big hat, like a green shirt.
No, I'm still
sweet.
Not digging it.
I'd be all over it.
Now, if I had one that had, like, the hose and, like, it jumped around like a sprinkler, that would be cool.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's like a I don't know, I think it'd be cool. I don't know. I'm going to look into it. I wonder how much it would cost.
Probably a lot.
Yeah. Destiny God just basically give up his life for my own useless amusement. But anything else on your mind there, Afro? Besides lawn gnomes? I guess not.
No.
All right, Glenn Schneider wants to know, what do you think will The Undertaker's final opponent be? If he has one last WrestleMania in him.
If this is going to be his last WrestleMania, who would it be? Undertaker's final opponent. Gee, I don't really know. Who would be good, Jack?
Final one.
Final one.
This is the end. This is it. He's going out, never to wrestle again. Who would it be?
This is the end. My only friend. The end.
Travis loves my idea, apparently, of the big... I think it's a good idea.
You can't think of anybody, can you? You're going to Travis and the lawn gnome idea.
Well, if I had lawn gnome, I think Travis could be like the giant. He kind of looks like a giant. Like, put like a big beard on him. Get him on some stilts. Yeah. Just have a giant walk around your yard too. Or like
a giant and a lawn gnome. Maybe they can perform like Jack and the Beanstalk.
Exactly, good old man. He can be your freaking wizard.
Gotta get Oldie Olsen for the wizard.
Yeah. You're like, what's that guy doing living in that shack? That's my wizard. He's living in his wizard house.
Let's see.
Mick Foley, that's a good one. Fat Dobbs here, who's a good man. I want everyone to put over Fat Dobbs on the message board. Fatty Boom Daddy. I like Fat Dobbs. He's a good man. He's one of my favorite new people around. Fat Dobbs, you say Mick Foley. I think that's a good choice. Mick Foley, Undertaker, WrestleMania.
That would be a cool match. I'm sure it would be.
Or maybe he meant Foley make a good wizard. But no, I think he meant match. Mick Foley, Undertaker.
Foley would make a pretty kick-ass wizard. Let's see. That would be pretty good. I could see them having a good bout.
Yeah. I think that would work. All right, let's see. Mighty Lexar.
Hello.
What's going on?
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
Kicking ass for gas.
Yes. Well, I just turned 28 last week.
Happy birthday, Mighty Lexar.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Mighty Lexar.
Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
I hope you live to be 30.
Yes, I'll live to 30.
What? Why? You want him to die?
I thought you meant just cut him off at 30.
No, and beyond.
Okay. You forgot the and beyond part.
Yeah, we knew that. Jeez. I think. All right, Mighty Lexar. What the hell? What's on your mind?
What do you think of the Bound for Glory series? Is it working for you?
Nah.
Bound for Glory, I hate it.
Sucks. I hate points in wrestling.
Yeah. Just like take my penis out and just piss all over it.
So Vince Russo was giving you that idea, you just whip out your Johnson and just start peeing all over it.
That would be good. That would be good. Like if they just had this meeting, they're sitting at the table, the TNA. Imagine being in on that. Like what kind of ideas pop up? One of the brain trusts at like TNA booking meeting. And you just stand up, unzip the fly, whip it out, and just start pissing all over. Like
I'm leading with my nuts, and my nuts are puking all over you.
I mean, I would just do it nonchalantly. And you're like, Vince Russo's like, I think, this guy should have to, he starts crapping himself in the ring, and then we have a match with candelabras and candles in the corner. And you just stand up and you unzip your pants and just start peeing all over his notes.
I think it's more horrifying if it's not nonchalantly. You're just like, hold him down. He's getting the golden shower for this bad idea.
Yeah. Either way, he just deserves to be pissed on. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. What the hell? I don't have morals enough to not wish that upon somebody.
You know what else? Earlier, Mighty Lexar in intro was talking about giving movie roles to people. Yeah. And earlier when I went out to give you a chicken wing, and on the big screen they're showing an ad for the new Planet of the Apes. Now that's a movie that looks good. The Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Now I'm thinking you could take that and you could give I should probably I was gonna say you give that.
I know exactly where you're going. Don't say it.
All right. It would not be a good gimmick for Ezekiel Jackson, is what I'm saying. Don't do that. That would not be good.
It's not a good gimmick.
Why do you bring this stuff up? Say something, Lexar.
In advanced gorillas, what I'm saying.
Take us somewhere else, Lexar.
You guys think that the Bound for Glory series is worse than that 10 the number one contender?
What the hell are you talking about, Lexar? Is it better than what?
They had the number one contenders, 10 spots with the number one contenders. They had it like about last year.
Man, I don't even remember that one. It was bad, too. I'm going to quickly forget the Bound for Glory series as soon as it's over with. So They're both equally as bad.
The Bound for Glory series ends at Bound for Glory, in which it's in Philadelphia, and I'll be going to Philadelphia to attend the show. And I've been to Philadelphia before in Temple University at the New Career Center. I've been to Lockdown 2009, where they had Sting versus Mick Foley inside of the cage, the Dudley Boys, Team PD against Beer Money. That was a good tag team match. And lots of other shit I can't remember.
See, that's another thing, Jack. They're saying the Bound for Glory series will make it where people are able to see something happen at a house show and show it on TV. Does anybody really get excited about that? If somebody wins points? Is that going to send you home that night happy that you saw somebody win points?
Holy shit, you get home, I'm getting on the fucking internet, type up, holy shit, guess what I just saw? I just saw Matt Morgan get 7 points at the house show. Yeah! Who gives a shit?
Nobody cares about that.
I'm like, oh my god, I gotta tell Dave Meltzer. This is big friggin' huge news. It ain't no big deal. It keeps going for another 5 months.
And Samoa Joe's still dead last. What's the deal with that? What kind of push is that? You're dead last in this group? Don't you want your name not being brought up if you're dead last in something?
Have they just totally given up, on him?
They're de-pushing him now.
On Twitter, Steve Austin said that he thinks he's a guy that could really help out WWE.
I think he's just trying to throw the poor guy a bone at this point. He's just like, look at what they're doing to him.
He probably I think somebody like him probably looks over now at WWE. They got, Punk's going crazy on there, and Daniel Bryan's going to be at WrestleMania, and apparently they signed the Kings of Wrestling. He's probably thinking, God damn, I wish I could get out of this contract.
Get me out of here. I'm dead last in the Bound for Glory series, a series nobody cares about. And I'm dead last, that's my push. What have I done? I don't know what Samoa Joe's done, but they're ruining him.
What do you guys think?
So repeat the question, Lexar. Repeat it. We didn't hear it.
I'm going to watch NXT.
Oh, man, I didn't catch that either. Lexar.
I'd rather watch the
What are you talking about? Give us a complete form sentence.
I'd rather watch NXT than the Bound for Glory series.
I don't know about that one. NXT, I just can't really watch it.
It's on the internet. You guys have internet, so you probably
the internet. That's just the fad. You think that's staying around?
No.
That's not the Tell them the internet's just a fad. It's just like the hula hoop. It's like MySpace. It's like a friggin' Furby. It'll be gone in a few years. Nobody will be talking about the internet.
Nobody.
Out of here, man.
Bound for Gloryville. Or Bound for Glory Seriesville.
But I don't know. Well, all right, let's internet. Pay-per-view. Some people say it's the future. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. Like, I know it's good for some companies, good for Ring of Honor, it's good for Dragon Gate USA. Like, it probably costs less than doing that to put on an actual pay-per-view on TV. But I don't know if this. Do you ever seen it being a huge thing where it's like as big as pay-per-view?
If companies start making boxes that are able to browse the internet and load video,
yeah.
If something like that gets into the mainstream, like where
Roku,
what's it called?
Roku, I believe. Roku, something like that. They have that right now.
Yeah, if it starts making headway and being on the mainstream, I think it might be possible. Maybe even WWE will go that route.
Damn.
Maybe.
But it would just basically be pay-per-view on your TV from the internet.
Basically.
Why wouldn't you just get the pay-per-view?
You could get the pay-per-view, but this would be cheaper.
Ah.
No?
I get you.
So, what would you get?
I gotta save the money. I'm all about saving money.
If it was the same quality. I mean...
That's why I buy friggin' living lawn gnomes.
You guys think
Lexar, how tall are you?
about 5'5"?
Oh, you're not. That's pretty good. Now, would you be willing to walk around on your knees with shoes around your knees, with a big beard and like a big hat as my living lawn gnome?
Where's this going?
What's his pay?
Wait.
See, he's a little skeptical right now. Tell him what he'd be paid.
Like some in your head buttons.
Is this one of the MCs, Jack?
Basically, yeah.
Oh, man. Walk on my knees, sneakers, and having a beard.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And every now and then, Jack gets to come outside, take a big swig of water, and spit it on you like Triple H.
I treat my lawn gnome good.
Oh, what will I have on my hands?
Just hands is fun.
Or will I be stretching out or having 9mm handguns or...
Guns? No, this is fantasy world. There are no guns.
You can't have anything that you can defend yourself with.
Yeah, like a mushroom or something. Big-ass mushroom that you sit on.
Mushroom?
It's a big-ass mushroom.
You know, mushroom would be pretty comfortable if you could actually sit on one.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, Lexar. We're veering off the wrestling topics here, but we want to thank you for calling in.
Heaven forbid. Thank you, Lexar.
Thanks, Lexar. You're a good sport for putting up with our foolishness.
Oh, yes. I do it every time I call in.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
He sounded so jaded at the end.
He must love it.
Yeah, he keeps calling. He likes it.
Yeah. Now, let's see here. We've got, let's ask another question here from the Twitter. Does the fact that wrestling is fake hurt your enjoyment of it? From John Halen. Nah. Not even remotely.
I think since the beginning where I first started watching wrestling, people have always told me that it was fake, and it was always in the back of my mind that maybe this ain't on the up and up. Yeah, so I've always kind of enjoyed it, so I don't think it has, no.
No, it doesn't. Does the fact that a movie's fake hurt your enjoyment of it? You think, man, I would really like this movie better if he really raped that girl and killed this guy.
I think you'd be horrified.
Yeah. I mean, you something wrong with you.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's a different thing. But, it doesn't affect me whatsoever. Not in the least. But, we got 267 area code. Who are you?
Yeah, this is Jay, the intense one.
The intense one. We haven't talked to you for a while.
What's happening, guys?
Not too much. The intense adversary. You remember?
That's right.
He used to send us cakes.
Yeah, tasty cakes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't do that anymore.
You still could. You have to go buy them.
Well, I still could. It would just cost me a whole lot more money to do it.
Yeah. It'd be kind of foolish.
Oh, well.
Mm-hmm.
Those were good days. What's on your mind, intense one?
Nothing much. Fresh off the Smackdown tapings yesterday.
Any spoilers for us?
I got it. Let's see. The dark match was Justin Gabriel versus Mexican mascot. I think his name is Unico or something like that.
The unicorn?
No, I think his name is Unico.
Oh, man. He's like a eunuch?
Yeah, I don't know.
Unico. Man, that's
Mexican.
Unico, the replacement for Sin Cara.
Would that be a good gimmick for a guy if he's just a eunuch and, like, he would no-sell ball shots?
No clue whatsoever.
All right, I'm sorry. Go on. I'm spoiling all your news here.
I don't know, but in any case, Gabriel wins with the with the 450.
Mm-hmm.
He wins with the 450. It was an okay match, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Then on came NXT, which I thought was kind of stupid because.
Isn't that awful when you go to? I went to the Smackdown taping a few weeks ago. Sitting through that NXT taping is hard, and sure, it's brutal. They should just kick that show out, or tape it at like the FCW, or tape it like in the locker room. So.
The worst part about it is, okay, they have two matches on it.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is the O'Neal versus Bateman, and it's weird because Titus O'Neal comes out to Hornswoggle's music.
Mm-hmm. And this is what I was there. They popped huge for Hornswoggle's music. Then when they realized who it was, they all groaned.
Yeah, exactly. that's pretty much how it went.
Yeah.
And then
it's weird. It's like, oh my God, we're gonna see Hornswoggle now, yeah! There they go.
Yeah, but it's also weird because he has Hornswoggle's music, but Bateman has his own music.
Yeah,
Bateman has his own theme music.
Did anyone in the crowd seem to enjoy it? Like when I was there, I don't think one person liked it.
No, well, it was funny because there were three guys sitting next to me. They were pretty much smart marks.
Uh-huh.
And they were commentating on the whole show. So that made it fun, but other than that, no, NXT wasn't there. Oh, and then so the main event for NXT was Yoshitatsu versus Tyson Kidd.
Oh man, Jap
they're doing that whole angle with his action figure or whatever, and nobody really cared.
Imagine that.
They had cause Tyson Kidd, he has his action figure's leg. They put it up on the pole and they have a pole match.
Yeah. Good
and
old
it was
pole.
bad stuff. It was bad stuff. Nobody really cared.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was over. Let's see, Superstars. Superstars just had one match. And I think that was
Superstars was canceled.
No, I think that's online now too.
Oh, okay.
I think you're like watching all your shows online. I think I didn't really care for it, but it was what's his name? Redheaded, Wendy-looking dude.
Heath Slater?
Yeah, Heath Slater versus somebody.
I did like on SmackDown. I thought Booker T had a funny line about Heath Slater. Like they were talking about, like I don't know much about this guy, and Booker was like, "Well, I know that he was in a band and he was the only member." And it just really made me laugh.
It was pretty stupid.
Yeah.
He cut a pretty lame promo, which he repeated himself a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I don't know, I guess he forgot his lines or whatever.
They seem to be pretty high on Heath Slater. Like he's getting a pretty big push. Like not huge, but it seems like they see a lot in him.
Yeah. He beat Tremper at again a match nobody really cared about.
Yeah.
And then before I go on, I gotta say this. I had good seats because I guess I took your advice and got the seats in the first row of the bleachers and not on the floor.
Uh huh.
So it's good stuff. But what wound up happening was I was on the side where they have the boom camera.
Uh huh.
And so a lot of the times the boom camera was in front of me, so that kind of pissed me off.
Oh man, you should have just ripped it off just through it.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see, Triple H comes out and he does some stuff and basically announces Christian versus John Morrison, which makes no sense to me because if he's supposed to be coming back, you'd figure his first match back would be on the show that he's actually on.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he faces Christian in the opening match, which is another thing because the world champion is in the opening match, which again doesn't make much sense to me, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he beats him with the kill switch, and that's pretty much it. And there were a couple other matches that were okay. The Divas match.
Mm-hmm.
Was a 3-on-3 Divas match, and
I bet that was the happening match.
It was happening only because the girls, like, as good as they look on the TV, they look 10 times better in person.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the girl's name? Rosa Mendez, I think her name was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She was wearing these like really tight leather, and she was standing right in front of me, like on the apron. So that was good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then that didn't last very long, and so it was okay by me. And then they had the match for the tag belts with the new Nexus, who has they had new music, I guess. But that match, I thought they should have given it more time. It was them and the Usos.
Uh-huh.
Especially since the Usos beat them, I guess, a couple weeks ago.
Right.
So you figure they'd get some kind of time on there, but that match, I think the Divas match was actually longer than theirs. So that wasn't really happening. And then let's see, what else happened? Daniel Bryan, I guess, beat up what's the bum's name? Wade Barrett.
He deserves
he beat him up after Barrett pretty much cuts the same promo that Heath Slater did the week before. And it was extra funny because Brian actually pointed that out.
Mm-hmm. That's all.
So that was pretty much that. And then
big main event. What do you got?
R-Truth also comes out at the beginning of the show. Triple H books him for Randy Orton in the main event. R-Truth basically wins by DQ.
Yeah.
But Orton hits the 2 RKOs on the table, much like he did at the pay-per-view. And again, the table didn't give way. So I don't know if they're like reinforcing the tables now, and they're just not supposed to break, or
Randy's lost
or
weight.
what's going on with that.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but
he can't seem to break a table.
It was an okay match, and it did what it needed to do. And then the dark match afterwards was Orton versus Christian in a street fight. They don't do much street fighting, though, other than pulling out the kendo stick.
Cool.
And that match ends with Christian rolling up Orton after what's his face with the mask. Him and his lackey come out there and jump Orton.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes and Big Yassi come out.
Mm-hmm.
And they jump him after the match until he gives all 3 of them the RKO.
Excellent.
And that was pretty much the end of the show.
Did you enjoy it?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good.
Not a glowing review.
It was a good show. Like to be there makes it a lot better than actually watching it on the
Did
TV.
NXT drag a lot of it out of you? Like Jack said, it dragged all the life out of me.
It was really bland, but at the same time it wasn't that long.
No.
And like I said, I had the marks next to me commentating the whole time.
All right. Oh.
So it made it pretty funny. So
cool.
it was good stuff.
Excellent.
I'm sure I forgot some matches in there, but
I think.
Zeke. Yeah, who cares? I think Zeke fought, but who cares about Zeke? Really?
Exactly. I had a new gimmick for him earlier in the show, but I don't think it needs repeating.
Yeah, I heard.
He's not happy.
It doesn't benefit.
All right. Exactly. But Intensement, thank you for calling in. You're a good man. And he's never mad at me for any of the nonsense I say on the show. And tomorrow night, another show I know you like is Without Your Head, and Heather Langenkamp's on. It's going to be pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah. One quick thing. Since I do live in Philly, I will not be going to the TNA show.
Mm-hmm.
I will be spending my time going to the Shikara shows and the Dragon Gate shows.
Yeah.
So if anybody's in Philly, go to those shows and don't go see TNA.
Man. Or if you all of them, I guess.
No, don't go see TNA.
All right.
I'll see you guys later.
See you, man. Thanks for calling in.
See.
All right. Let's see. Who else we got in Inch Daddy? We've got G-Rod.
Hey, what fellas is going down with you?
Not a whole lot, G-Rod. What are you into?
Oh, man, I'm good, man. I wanted to say good show last week with Bill DeMont. That was excellent.
Oh, thank you.
Glad y'all put that little bitch Tazo back in this place, man, calling disrespecting and shit. Can't stand that
what is
dude.
up with that guy?
Oh, he a faggot, man. Fuck Tazo.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway, I ain't calling to shoot on Tazo, though. I wanted to mention something earlier. You said, Jack, you mentioned about turning John Cena heel. I just wanted to know, how would you book that? Like, do you think he'll go back to Dr. Thugonomics? I mean, after all the shit he been saying, you know, trying to be on the up and up, the good old boy for the WWE, you think he really could pull off another successful heel run?
I think he could. I think the people are already not liking him. I think Cena's actually really talented. I just think he's become stale, and if he was given just like go out there and shoot on the audience that doesn't like you, I don't know. I think there's a lot of stuff they could do, and I think if he had a run as a heel, eventually the fans are going to start liking him again, because the stuff that made people originally like him was when he was a heel, and if he was became like this cool guy again, as the cool heel. You know, not right away, but down the road, after Punk has his run as a top face, I think then you turn him back face. But you have to change stuff, because you can't keep a guy, especially nowadays when there's so much TV, you can't just keep the guy on TV for so long as the same exact character and not get stale.
I mean, I feel that, but you really think Punk can actually take over the amount of merchandise sales that John Cena generates?
Yeah, I think he probably. I don't know, but I get kind of sick of that sometimes. People are like, oh, well, he sells T-shirts, but as a fan watching the show, I want to enjoy the show, and I don't know. I think that when on that Raw before the pay-per-view, Punk sold out of merchandise on Shop Zone because everyone was buying it. So I think he is already a big merchandise seller right now, and he's a heel. So if they actually went full force face with them, I think it could really take off.
Yeah, I feel that. I don't know how true this is, but I heard, right after the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, that shirt, I guess a couple of people bought that shirt at the actual event, and they were selling it on eBay for somewhere between $300 to $500, and people were actually buying them because they thought Punk was legitimately leaving the company.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's what Intra bought one. Now he's pissed because they're selling on Shop Zone.
Damn, man. You bought one on Shop Zone, not on eBay? So you paid the price.
Yeah, Intra paid $500 on eBay for one.
I did? Man, I'm a chump.
Yeah, man, you banking then, bro. To $500 on a CM Punk shirt. I need to come to Virginia to do what you do.
Nah, I didn't pay that for no CM Punk shirt. I had a Zack Ryder shirt, but it's got lost. I can't find it nowhere.
Really? Someone stole your Zack Ryder shirt?
I can't. I'm not saying it's stolen. I just can't find it.
What? You gotta stop being Morrison and just taking your shirt off and walk around with jeans on.
Oh, I bust out that look all the time.
You just walk into a group with a bunch of guys in an alley. You're like, who wants to fight, guys?
Yeah. But shit, that's all I wanted, fellas, man. I just wanted to get, further depth of your input on that John Cena heel turn. I mean, I think it's a good idea to go with it, but I don't know. With all that that cake he generate. I don't know if Punk can really step up to the plate and fill those shoes.
I think he could do it. I have faith in him. I'm digging it. I think he could do it. And there's only one way to find out. You got to try and see.
What about you, Ace? What you think?
I'm kind of for it at this point. It's like he's getting stale. I want to see if they can do something with him as heel. I don't think his merchandise will just totally fall off the market, though. I think he'll probably still sell a lot of stuff. I don't think it really matters. If the fans like him, they'll keep buying his stuff.
I think kids will buy stuff for anybody that's really pushed heavily.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you for calling in, G-Rod. You're a good man.
Oh, yeah, y'all boys take it easy. Good show, too.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, G-Rod's a good man. Also, let's put over Mike Johnson over at PW Insider.
We'll probably be seeing him next week.
We will be seeing him next week. And he likes my status that In Your Head's going live. So, you're a good man, Mike Johnson.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right, Tazo the freaking Greek.
What is up with G-Rod, man? Why do you have this guy like he hates me?
He's a good man. Well, he's standing up for us. He's got our back. Last week, Ginter and I was doing the show for all you people, and 99% of the fans like, we love you, Jack. We love you, Inter. We want to have your baby. And then Tazo the Greek calls in. He's like, you assholes. You pieces of shit. I can't stand you.
Yeah.
And we're like, what do we do to you, Tazo? We're always nice to you, like, you no good assholes. I hope you die and I piss on your grave.
What about it, Tazo?
Why are you doing that? This guy calls, he's like, I'm defending you. The Tazo the Greek, he badmouthed you.
Yeah, so kid. Why aren't you having my baby?
You told G-Rod, you made the statement that I was a racist. But this is totally false.
Everything that
and
comes
now this guy wants to kill me.
Every week is gospel. It's the friggin' truth. I never tell a lie. I'm like the friggin' who's the guy with the cherry tree? That guy. That's me.
Johnny
Jack,
Appleseed?
you know as well as I do. You know as well as I do that you said something in the chat room which G-Rod read, which was wrong, and it was slanderous. But that's okay. You know, I'm used to it because when I go to like wrestling shows and I wear my In Your Head shirt,
right there, and they put the wrong form of there. See, Taz, all right, Taz, you redeemed yourself. You're buying merchandise.
I went to the show, and that In Your Head T-shirt is like wearing a big A in like what's that called, the Crimson Letter or something like that. You know, people look at me like I'm a total freak or something. You know, I'm thinking I'm going to get stabbed in the parking lot by this guy dressed in the giant banana suit.
That guy's what the hell? What are you doing, Taz? Are you going to some kind of sex party or something?
I went to a wrestling event, which is probably very similar to a sex party.
Some guy was stabbing.
Yeah, Jack. I don't know what kind of wrestling this kid's doing.
Yeah. He's like, I had a big A.
Yeah.
This guy was sticking his banana in me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, ooh, this guy's on a ferry to Nantucket, if you know what I mean.
Jake the Snake didn't show. He no-showed the event, so that kind of sucks.
Hey, you should thank Jake the Snake for no-showing your event. You should be like, thank you. Thank you for not promoting.
Jake the Snake retired. And he said he's never doing another show.
Really? Wow, these guys got screwed then, man. Paul Bearer was there, so that was cool.
Yeah, I saw the pictures, and I want to thank Tazo Inter. Even though he hates us, he did a nice write-up, and we put up on the website, outwitewrestling.com, took some nice pictures, and you can read all about the show he went to, and it was good stuff. I appreciate Tazo. Give him, we got to man him up a little bit and knock around a bit, but overall, he's a good dude.
Jack, I appreciate it, but, it's not really necessary. I think that I am a man of high repute, and I don't necessarily need you to back me up every time, because definitely if somebody gets in my face, then someone's going to get a fat lip. You know what I'm talking about? Because I am from Brooklyn. You know what I mean? And I will smack G. Where's G-Rod from anyway? I don't have to take shit from that guy.
I don't know. I think G-Rod, he sounds like pretty tough.
I'm pretty tough, too. Anyway, so Paul Bearer was managing the Nigerian Nightmare.
You always kind of remind me of Ratso Rizzo.
That's a freaking stereotype, and that is racist.
Racist?
God damn you, Jack! You piss me off so much.
Anyway,
so
I'm walking here. I'm big old Joe.
Another thing. So
you know what to do with them dishes.
This is New York, Jack, Jack and Incher, I'm going to these shows for you, not for my sake, but for your sake, to report on things. And so, like, one of the biggest things I have to report, no one seems to give a shit, is when Paul Bearer comes out and he's managing the Nigerian Nightmares. I'm standing there, I'm in the front row, and I hear this waft, this smell, and it smells like piss. And first I'm looking around the crowd. Yeah, it smells urine, man, like the bathroom at 42nd Street. You know, Jack, you know that smell really well, I think, right? And so I'm like, oh, is it like Paul Bearer that smells as bad?
I don't want you representing us and say Paul Bearer smells like a big pile of piss.
Exactly. Well, that's what I thought, dude, and he is an old guy. But then, after a while, Paul comes back my way, so I take a really good whiff of Paul Bearer, and I didn't smell anything. It was the Nigerian Nightmare. It like...
It's probably not the end of your shirt while people are like, man, what's up? If you're going up smelling Paul Bearer, they're probably, what the hell is wrong with this man?
No worse than my cock, dude. These guys are fatter than Abdullah the Butcher. These guys are fatter than Abdullah the Butcher, man. They have man titties that Abdullah wishes he had. And they're wearing these big brown tights, I guess to hide even more of the disgusting fat of their bodies.
Yeah, no way. Then you use the name of it in your head. You're like, can
Talk about paying your dues, man. And then this little chick was handing out.
Represent you guys to put it up. And then you're going there and telling them they smell like urine and they're big fat. Now they're just thinking your head like these total assholes.
Yeah.
I thought it was...
You should just throw out angles like Jack did earlier for Big Zeke.
Exactly.
At first I thought it was all the wrestling fans sitting around me, but it wasn't. It was the Nigerian Nightmares, so that's all I can say. I mean, that's really much what I took away from this whole thing. Not really. It was actually pretty good.
Did your girlfriend take a ride on the Nigerian...
No. You know what? I told her, you know what? Don't come. I said, don't come because this is not going to be.
So you're like, you can bang them, just don't come? Man,
no, you goof. I told her, don't come along. I'm just going to go on
I see what you're saying.
Balls Mahoney defeated.
That means you just don't have things for
Cojones. Speaking of balls. You smell my cock out in Brooklyn.
Ball cojones? What the hell? Yes, you call
Mahoney defeated Jimmy Jack Cash to win the FTW World Hardcore Heavyweight Championship.
Right.
I watched a couple of hardcore matches in person. That was fun because I haven't done that before, I don't think.
Okay.
So I was out there in freaking Long Island for you guys. Don't tell me about my loyalty. I have loyalty to the family, and you know that.
All right, Tazo. We love you, Tazo. Andrew's got a freaking poster of you on his wall.
I do, the Tazo, the Greek poster. Yeah, you scratch and sniff, too.
Oh, man.
Can't imagine where you scratch at.
I have two more things. One was last night was the Evolve 9 pay-per-view, and I heard the Fit Finley versus Sami Callihan match was really good, and that's a match I'm going to go out.
I heard that too, and I'm a big fan of Sami Callihan. I got a cool picture. He's a good guy. I met him at the show. But I like the Drunk Ugly Fuck. These are good dudes.
Excellent. That's good stuff, right?
Yeah, Fit Finley. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Who would think you'd get to see Fit Finley on an indie show? A couple years ago, if I told you that, you wouldn't think that'd be possible. But now you've seen Fit Finley versus, like, these, big-name indie guys, and that's pretty awesome.
That's cool. You know what they should have done, though? I don't know. I didn't exactly read it because I'm going to watch it, and I think everyone should go out and watch it. But I think they should have had Grizzly Redwood come out in the beginning, and then he just gets squashed with the Iron Cross right away by Finley, and then they have a match after that. What do you think about that booking?
Sure. Now I bet he has lawn gnomes in sure. Fit Finley.
Fit Finley.
Grizzly Redwood.
He does look like a type that have some lawn gnomes.
wonder if laudanums are big in Ireland.
I think so. I know Peter Jackson, he used them a lot in Brain Dead.
Mm-hmm. That was New Zealand.
Yeah. Is that close enough?
New Zealand is very close to Ireland.
Dead Alive, that's the movie I was thinking of. Brain Dead's the UK title.
Yeah, they share a border, I believe.
Okay, cool.
All right, so it's good talking to you. What was your last topic? I'm sorry.
What's that?
Didn't you have one more thing you said? Make it quick.
Right. Well, you know what? It's actually a pretty heavy question, so
All right,
I'm just going to leave it be.
Throw it out there.
And I'm just going to say, gentlemen, thank you for taking my call. Have a good night.
Okay. I guess we'll never know what the heavy topic is, Incher.
I was going to ask you who you thought the MVP of the WWE is. If,
that was
had
Octavius the Porter.
Yep.
He played MVP, but he's out of the company.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think Rey Mysterio.
No, Rey Mysterio was never MVP. That was a different guy.
Yeah,
no, I think he's
the guy with the mask.
He never was balling.
Yeah.
You're getting 619 and balling confused.
Yeah.
I think Rey is more important than John Cena, actually. And when he had John Cena and that STF, I actually thought that John Cena was going to tap. Now, that
I agree with you. I think Mysterio is he's very great for the company. He always has good matches. Hard worker, great performer. I think he's kind of underrated, if anything. But thank you, Tazo. Your was good too.
Underrated and underappreciated. Sorry to cut you off, Incher. Gentlemen, take it easy.
No, he just moved up in your book, didn't he, Incher?
Mm-hmm. He's the man. I love that Tazo.
Yeah.
Stop it. You guys are too much. I love you too.
Tazo.
Bye.
See you, Tazo. All right. Now, Incher, we got a couple more callers, and we're going to wrap stuff up. He's been on hold for a long time, so we're going to get to him. We got Swax on the line. Batter up, Swax. Going, John, you're out of here.
Okay, I'm here.
Oh, Swag. All right, Swag, what's going on, man?
Yeah, I was just away. Yeah, what's going on, people?
Not a whole lot. Same old, same old. What's on your mind,
Yeah,
Swag?
I did a SmackDown taping last night.
Oh, okay.
Did you see Intense Adversary?
He was there.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, he was probably creeping out in the locker room trying to find Cody Rhodes or somebody.
He told us that he was up to that. I didn't know he told you that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and when I got there, I got the most requested shirt in the
Really? What's that?
The new CM Punk shirt.
Oh, man, you gotta hawk that shit on eBay. Get
yeah,
500 smackers.
I was walking around with a chip on my shoulder with that CM Punk shirt. And we saw all these little Kid Cena fans saying, "Oh, John Cena, John." I said, "John Cena sucks." Man, CM Punk is the real WWE
You should have told him like CM Punk told the little kid, John Cena is poopy.
Yep.
Did you make the kids cry?
No. I just made him whimper. That's all.
No. I heard that about you.
And, we had a nice time. 2 Raw superstars made their appearance on SmackDown.
What'd you get to eat before the show?
I had a hot dog,
Yeah?
nachos with cheese, and one of those collector cups sodas.
Collector cups? What kind of collector cup? Where'd you get it from?
You get it at the concourse. It has all the WWE superstars on it.
Oh, you just bought it at the show. I see. Oh. Huh.
Yep.
Hot dog
Plus
and
I got
some nachos.
program.
Jack, do you approve?
Yeah, sure. What the hell? Did you bring it home? You know what? So I was going to say this. I used to have a cupboard full of old. I probably shouldn't have done this, but I had a cupboard full of cups from since I was a little kid, like different collector cups, and I threw them all away a few years ago. But after I did that, I was like, man, I probably should have kept them.
How dare you throw your Sesame Street collection away?
It wasn't, I don't know, I think it was Sesame, but it was like Hulk, and I don't know, it was a bunch of, from over the years, like you go 7-Eleven and they'd have cups with different stuff on, and the wrestling ones, I threw them all away. I kind of regret doing it.
You could have put them on eBay. You could have got like 2 cents.
Yeah, I think there's probably like Star Wars ones, I don't know. I probably should have kept them.
Bad move.
Yeah, I got old collector cups when they remember when like McDonald's or Burger King had one of the Team USA with the Dream Team with the basketball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well I have like a few collector cups from them.
Yeah, I used to have an old starter jacket Dream Team one. And who did I have? I think I had Larry Bird. That was a pretty sweet trick.
Ooh. I always liked the McDonald's plates with like the McDonald characters. Those are cool.
There's at my McDonald's across the bridge here. I don't know one in my town, but I don't know if it's like it looks like a real old school McDonald's style that the manager wears when he's there. And it's got Grimace and Mayor McCheese and the Hamburglar and it doesn't have Ronald on, but it's got like all like the cool characters. And I was like, man, I'd really like to have that tie.
Did they have like a cup that looked like Afro?
No, I don't think they got that one.
No.
You know, like Mayor McCheese, you know.
I'm a big fan of Mayor McCheese. I don't think Mayor McCheese gets enough credit. I think
he doesn't get a push like he should.
Yeah, he's a very underrated character.
Yep. Just like Afro, you know, he tries to do his best, but he's okay, you know.
Yeah.
He's not like the Swax, but, you know, he's okay.
All right. Well, anything else there, Swax? We got a few more callers here trying to finish up the show.
Well, you know, the whole Wells Fargo Center, it was nothing but CM Punk Nation. Everybody was buying the shirts, wearing them, chanting CM Punk in the bathroom, and chanting CM Punk in the parking lot. The CM Punk is the new god of wrestling. That just put Vince McMahon right down the shame. CM Punk is the man.
Mm-hmm. Awesome,
yep.
Swax. I agree with everything this man said.
Yep. And don't forget to play your In Living Color.
I don't think I got that track on my computer. Sorry.
You can do what you want to do in living color.
I don't think you mean that one.
That was a good show. I brought this up on Facebook the other day, and now we've seen so many Saturday Night Live movies that just suck. And every once in a while there'll be one out there that's pretty good, like the Blues Brothers. I don't know if that's even a Saturday Night Live movie, but there's so many. They come out with them. Why has it never been in living color movies? Why wasn't there a Homie Don't Play That the movie? Why wasn't there a Fire Marshal Bill movie? Answer me this, Intro. Why? Some of those guys ain't doing nothing. The Wayans ain't doing nothing now. They should put out a friggin' Homie Don't Play That the movie. Homie the Clown the movie.
There you go.
Yep.
You want to why was that music one used to go? Like, I want to hear it, here it goes. They can make that into a movie. Telling you, they should do it. All right, Swag.
Like
it's good talking to you. We'll talk to you later. All right.
All right.
Good man. All right, we got he wobbles, but he never falls down. We got Weeble.
What's up, fellas?
How's it going, Weeb?
Not a whole lot, Weeb.
That was very smooth. How's it going? I kind of like that. How's it going, folks?
Got a good voice tonight, huh, Jack? Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Hey, the Miz got the PWI 500, right?
That's what we heard.
Yeah, I know. But honestly, how many people thought that he was like going to be future endeavor when they split up him and Morrison? I know I was one of them.
Not me. I always thought he was better.
Because I thought he was annoying at first, and he just kind of like grew on me, and I was like, damn.
When he first came to the company, I didn't like him, but as time went on, I thought this is a guy they should really get behind, and I always thought he was a lot better than Morrison during their tag team. And it seemed like Morris was a guy they liked and they pushed, but Miz, he kept doing well, even without the big push, and he was the guy that they actually, rewarded for hard work.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with him being PWI 500. It was like, I remember it used to be a big deal with.
Yeah,
he kind of really don't hear about it.
Yeah, I think it died when Dean Malenko won it. Dean Malenko won, I remember that. I never was like, I like Dean Malenko, but come on, Dean Malenko, the best wrestler of the year. And I threw it down in anger, and I was like, I'm never reading this again.
Dropped your pants and took a dump on it.
I was like, and then people were like,
Fiery dump.
What the hell is this guy doing in Borders?
Can't even afford to buy the magazine.
What were you saying, Weeb? I'm sorry.
I think Dean won a lot of titles that year. I think he won like the U.S. title, the tag team, and maybe...
He was never the world champion. He's never made event nothing. He's bringing... I like Dean Malenko. But come on, Dean Malenko, the best wrestler of the year.
No, actually, that was one of the worst moves.
Dean Malenko, the best wrestler of the year.
I mean,
Dean Malenko.
If your history buff, you picked all the titles he won. I mean, it's debatable. We'll put it that way.
No,
but honestly,
no debate.
Out of all the radicals, it's probably the worst one.
He said the best wrestler of the year, Dean Malenko. Never. There was never a year, even if you transported him his best year in wrestling to any year in the history of wrestling, his best year would not be better. He would still not be the top wrestler at any year in the history of wrestling. If you transport Dean Malenko from whatever he won, 1998, 99, into 1952, he wouldn't beat anybody.
I think it was what? It was 96 or 97. What, you remember the year?
I don't know. It was one of those years in the 90s during the... I mean, this was during the friggin' Monday Night Wars. And Dean Malenko, you had friggin' Steve Austin, you had The Rock, you had Hogan, you had Goldberg, you had... And even if you say, well, he's going to work... Well, you had Chris Jericho. Yeah, they got... You know, this was before he slaughtered his family, that guy. But Dean Malenko, no. He was never the top guy. Even
Dean Malenko's names in there?
I'd say DDP deserved it more than Dean Malenko.
Yeah.
Stinko Malenko.
I just don't think it was good. I think he came out one of the worst ones when the Radicals jumped from WCW to WWF.
Oh, him,
I mean, he came with 007.
Yeah, they just
like, he could have made a lot more money in WCW and do whatever, but he jumped ship to WWE and just became what? A 007 ripoff and infatuated with Lita. I mean...
Yeah, that was bad times.
That was horrible.
Everyone says WWE did better with us. It's not true. Saturn, I think he probably is better than WCW.
Of course, Saturn and Malenko suffered.
Yeah, Malenko way better than WCW. Obviously, Eddie Guerrero better than WWE. I don't think anyone...
Yeah, and then Benoit. I mean, we can still say Benoit here, so, I mean, it's like one of the last places on Earth. We can still say Benoit.
Yeah, you'd have to say they were there. But even, you know, I don't think...
Shane Douglas never went.
Never went. He's out of there.
They just left him. He was just, whoa.
He's probably a guy they probably shouldn't have used.
He had a broken arm the entire time he was in WCW.
Yeah, he's like a real life Bob Orton.
It's like, when is this guy going to get this cast off? How long has he had that?
He's friggin' Mr. Glass.
Anyway, what was on your mind, Weeble?
I'm sorry, but I'm sorry I went off and I like Dean Malenko, but I mean, let's get real here, you know.
I mean, but what were they basing it on at the time? I mean, like all
there was no basis that you could use to say that Dean Malenko was the wrestler of the year.
I mean, he had a bunch of programs with a bunch of people, so I mean, like him and Jericho was very entertaining. That was like
I mean, I like that, but the top wrestler of the year? No way. No way. Not buying it. All right. Anything else there, Weebles?
Actually, yeah. Enter, you collect video games, right? Like the actually arcade ones?
Yeah, I've been into that, yeah.
Okay, there's a game called WWF WrestleFest. Remember it had the big blue cage on it? I don't know, a lot of people don't remember, but they do, because it only came out in arcade.
One of my favorite games.
I gotta get that game if it's got the big blue cage in it.
Hey, that's the best of both worlds, right? If you collect video games and blue cage. So.
Definitely. Excellent. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah, WWF WrestleFest, that's what it's called. You can YouTube it.
I'll check it out. Thank you for that tip, though.
No problem.
Alrighty, Weeble. Thank you for calling in, my man.
All right.
Who else we got on the line here, Jack? We got.
All right, Weeble, you're a good man. We'll talk to you soon. We've got the one. We got the only. She's in Denver, and sure, that would make her Crystal.
Hi guys, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
Good.
Talking to you, baby.
Oh, it's always good talking to you, Jack, and Ninja too. You know.
Hey! Boy!
And of course, you know, you got Travis in the background, and my brother's now living with me, so, you know, good times, good times.
They're going to be beating my ass if I get out of hand here.
Oh, no. It's all good. You know, I've got to have my fill of Jackie Jones and 1-inch biceps every week. So.
I'm not going to get too dirty. We'll make sure to fill you up.
Crap in Borders, but you're not going there.
I'm just going to say that we'll make sure to give her, you know, to fill her up.
Absolutely. I need my weekly dose.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what's in your mind in the world of professional wrestling?
Makes me think sinful things.
I am seriously enjoying this whole new Punk thing. I have completely become a Punk fan, and
Which she wasn't.
Which I used to not be, as Travis just pointed out. But I don't like Cena anymore. I'm totally against Cena. I think he's a pussy, and I don't enjoy what, you know, has happened to him, and I'm thoroughly enjoying what Punk's doing, and his walkout on Monday night was just absolutely incredible. And, you know, Travis and I were on our feet, and we were just completely marking out. So it's good times, and I'm looking forward to hopefully that WWE doesn't botch this and really, you know, gives Punk the push that he deserves and really makes something good of this. So. Yeah,
I'm really into it. You're into it too, ain't you?
No, I'm down with it. I love it. Are we talking about Mayor McCheese here?
Oh my God.
You know,
Go Big Blue.
Go Big Blue. Would love to see the Big Blue Cage come back, but, you know, I doubt that's ever going to happen.
Crazy. Now they're talking my language.
Crazy madness.
But we actually got a pretty cool thing lately. WWE had a promotion with DirecTV that if we bought the first 3 pay-per-views before WrestleMania, we got a $50 gift card to the WWE shop.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
We got in the mail the other day, actually about like 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And I got 3 things of JR's barbecue sauce, a thing of JR's mustard, and also, the ketchup, excuse me, not the mustard, but the ketchup.
That Chipotle ketchup's really good.
It is incredible, and the barbecue sauce is just to die for.
It's great. That was when we had it at the Fan Fest last year. I swear it was the hotel barbecue sauce. I felt bad ever since. Dissing it, because then I got the actual barbecue sauce, and I love it.
Well, and I also got Travis the new WCW DVD set.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been actually watching that right before we go to bed, and I'm getting an education from it, and it's absolutely an incredible DVD. Really enjoying it. You know, great to see Bret Hart before he had the stroke, and now, you know, I can't really tell a difference between pre-stroke and post-stroke, you know, 8-9 years later. So, really, really enjoying that lately. So.
That's cool.
Yeah. So.
Well, I'm glad Travis has made you into a wrestling fan.
I watched a little bit of wrestling back when I was a freshman and sophomore in high school, so we're, you know, talking 12 years ago. This is, you know, Austin era. Got out of it when I started junior, senior year in high school, and met Travis and started getting back into wrestling, and he brought me to you guys, and I've been grateful ever since. So.
We're happy to have you, aren't we, Incher?
Definitely.
And I love you guys. You guys have brought me entertainment for the last 2 years without fail, and just absolutely love every second, no matter good or bad or evil or whatever.
Well, I think it's been all good for a long time now.
for a long time, yes, and you know me. I love you, Jack, and I love you, Enter, and you guys are my boys, and make my week complete.
Excellent. Thank you for calling in, and say hi to Travis there in the background.
He can.
Good night, guys. Go Big Blue.
Oh, man. Big Blue.
Night, guys. Love you.
Bye. Good talking to you. We love Crystal, and we love Travis.
You see that,
Good
Jack?
Mm-hmm.
Those people that were smart. They know that the Big Blue Cage is the
smart
best.
marks.
The best in the world. Big Blue Cage. Big blue bars. It's where real men do battle.
I'm just going to run down a couple questions quick because the people are good enough to send them in. I hate not to ask a few of them. Clinton wants to know, what was the greatest Hulk Hogan movie of all time?
The greatest Hulk Hogan movie of all time? Well, that would be none other than No Holds Barred. They're not exactly the greatest movies.
Yeah, I actually probably like that one the best. I think it's the most enjoyable. Like, I really don't even like the other ones. Like, I know some people like Suburban Commando, but I just think that's a bad movie that you can't watch. So it's, like, basically unwatchable. But I actually enjoy a No Holds Barred. Yeah, Rocky 3, but I don't really consider that a Hulk Hogan movie. He's in it, but it's not a Hulk Hogan movie.
No.
King Brandon, would there be an RVD if not for ECW? That's a good question.
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think any place would have let him shine the way he did.
No, I think he owes it to ECW because WCW they wouldn't have him, and
he's basically been living
WWF, was he? Beforehand?
No, he was in WCW back in the day, but they didn't really do. I liked him there too, actually, but they didn't do a lot with him. I think Bill Watts liked him, and then whoever came in after that didn't like him.
Before there was Jerry Lynn, there was Jerry Flynn.
But
did they ever have battles?
I don't think so.
I need to know. RVD versus Jerry Flynn. Did it happen? Somebody get on that. I need to see it.
All right. Let's see here. Abuse of power. What is the worst movie ever star a wrestler?
What is the worst movie to ever star a wrestler? Oh, God. Let's see. Which one was the worst movie to ever star a wrestler?
That's a long list of films.
The Marine was pretty bad.
I've never seen it.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
The Witch Mountain movie is really bad with The Rock.
Yeah. I'm going to say probably like Thunder in Paradise, because I never could watch those.
A TV show, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't... they made movies, too. So.
I'm going to say One Night in China.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I was trying to be funny. Let's see. I think that's about it from that one. There's a couple pages here. Let me just go real quick. It was Big Bear Machine was going to call in, but it's kind of late there, and she doesn't want to wake up everybody.
That's cool.
All right.
No more.
Troy, the Flea, he wants to know. Yeah, this came in. Now, before on the old board, I put up a poll. Who did people want me to try to get on the show? And it was the Gambler, Jericho Hawk Ninja, or the Duke of Dorchester, Pete Doherty. We found out that the Gambler has passed away.
Damn.
If you want to know if we had any memories on the Gambler.
No, I don't have any memories, Jack.
I thought he was I loved it. I just liked the idea that he was a gambler and he would throw like cards at people before his match.
I don't think I ever witnessed the Gambler, so I apologize.
Man, it's good. You don't know what you're missing out. Anastasio Theodosi Nadius wants to know if
that's 10 times fast.
Yeah, no. I'd like a detailed goings on in the world of women's wrestling. Boobies!
Hey,
good.
Miss Tessmacher got naked. I didn't know about that. Yeah.
Really?
Somebody posted on the old board, dude.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, they got I hope he can come back, but don't post, like, fake stuff. Like, he posted, like a Photoshop picture of Lita. But don't do that. But you can post, like, real nudies. That was weird. He even posted, like, it was like a picture of Sherry Martel.
Retro.
Yeah. She was, hairy down below. Dobbs wants to know.
Hey, that was in the style back then.
Oh, yeah, no problem with it. Should the drinking age limit go down to 13.5? What an odd number.
That guy scares me. Why does he want it to be that?
I don't know.
I don't think so, no.
Mm-hmm.
I think the drinking age is fine where it's at.
Mrs. Big Red Machine, she's saying she wants to call in, but she's afraid. She's she thinks of Incher and myself, the big stars, and she's kind of wussing out calling in. But we hope that she'll gain I think she'll gain the courage in the weeks to come and make her appearance here on the show.
Excellent. I anxiously await her appearance.
Mm-hmm. I actually said that I would ask every question when I put up a bug, so I hate not to ask. Only a few more.
Thanks, Jack. Thanks.
Lyle Moore wants to know who's your favorite interview, and if you could interview anyone, who would it be?
If we could interview anyone, who would it be? Let's see. Vince McMahon.
That would be a hell of an interview.
That would be a big get for us.
Mm-hmm. Vince McMahon's got to be up there. That's hard to beat. Vince McMahon.
McMahon, Ted Turner.
Ted Turner, that'd be pretty sweet.
Who else?
Vince McMahon. Man. I'd like to have Shane McMahon on the show.
That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The first question's got to be like, what happened? He's got to answer it.
Yeah. Dan Balter wants to know, should TNA bring in Andrew Dice Clay to boost ratings? Would that boost ratings?
No. Don't think so. I don't think anybody's looking for Andrew right now.
I can't get enough of Hickory Dickory Dock. Velvet Sky was sucking my... Roy is Royal wants to know, what do we think about a new WWE title? The current one is simply ugly.
I wouldn't mind it, just to see him change it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little tired of that spinner belt.
Yeah. It's weird. In a way, it's too bad they never changed, like, the Winged Eagle title, because I kind of like the idea of it's always, like, the same title, and you could see it passed down. Like, that's kind of the cool thing about that, even though they used to have the 10 pounds of gold belt, but then, like, when I started watching, it was the big gold belt that Flair had. And, like, you would see the same guy, like, pass it on. Then it meant so much when the NWO won and spray painted it because it's the belt you saw so much. When they change the belt so much, it takes away a little bit, I think, of what, like, just like the importance of the title. Like, you knew that this was the belt that, so-and-so had, the belt that Hogan had, the belt that, if it was always the same belt, like, you would know, like, that's the same belt that everybody had.
Yep.
And one last question, James Conn wants to know, do we think CM Punk will be bringing wrestlers to Raw similar to how the NWO would bring in guys? Kind of like Colt Cabana.
Cool.
What do you think that'll happen?
What was it?
Like the NWO, when they would keep bringing people in, do we think Punk will do the same? Like he'll bring in Colt Cabana one week, he'll bring in Claudio Castagnoli, he'll bring in Chris Hero.
Nah, they won't let him do that. They might let him hire a few of his buddies, but they ain't bringing in all these people.
Yeah, I think they're going to hire those guys, but I don't think they're going to just stick them all with Punk.
Like, I don't think he can just hand pick everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some pull, but not that kind of pull.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Paul, is he Hulk Hogan? Is he going to be bringing Beefcake around with him everywhere?
So that makes Colt Beefcake?
Yeah, I think so. Colt Cabana, the modern-day Beef Brutus, the Barber Beefcake.
Brother Brutal.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. I had fun on the show.
I had some fun, Jack. I enjoyed it.
I mean, just some fun. You guys had friggin' fun up the ass.
I ain't saying that.
Every time I had some fun up the ass with
No.
Jack tonight.
No. Not
It was
saying
hot in your ass. Do you think this show tonight was hot in your ass?
that. Sure.
Swags actually sent us the tune. Did you get it?
The tune?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Let's see. Would it be this one?
Piss on your face, piss on your face. Piss on your face, piss on your face. Piss on your face. You're such a disgrace. Disgrace to your race. Piss on your face, piss on your face. Piss on your face. Get used to the days. Your life is a waste. Piss on your face. Piss on your face. Piss on your face. You're leaving a trace to our chase. Piss in your face, piss in your face, piss in your face. It's such a disgrace to your race. Piss in your face, piss in your face, piss in your face. Get used to the taste. Your life is a waste. You're such a disgrace to your race. Piss in your face, 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 piss in your face.
This is Todd Bridges, and you listen to InYourHeadOnline.com. Check it out, baby. Woo! We're having a good time. Better come listen to us and have a good time with us.